What's up, guys, and welcome to the Tim Sports Talk. We got a Redskins recap with the W. Beat them Cowboys 25-3. Wow, what a game. Cowboys just stink. They are just terrible. Oh my goodness, dude. 59 yards in passing when you take away the yards from sacks. 83 yards on the ground. We only had 12 carries for 45 yards. Zeke was benched. They brought Pollard out for the last few drives. Didn't even let Zeke on the field. I don't know if he even came out on the field at all in the second half. What a day. Good grief. 25-3. Kyle Allen, 15 for 25, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a beautiful throw to Terry McLaurin. We finally got that deep pass, 52-yard bomb to Terry McLaurin. McLaurin, 7 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. He was the only receiver besides Cam Sims for 1 catch with a target on the day. We were not throwing the ball to receivers basically all day, and it was not until late in the third quarter where we finally throw one to Cam Sims. Outside of that, it was all tight ends, all running backs, and Terry McLaurin. What a performance. And I said I wanted 150 yards out of J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson. I got 163 yards with Antonio Gibson's first 100-yard game. 20 carries for 128 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Gibson looked fantastic. He was great. He had a 40-yard run that went right up the gut, just destroying the defense. He also had a 12-yard touchdown score. Great day for Antonio Gibson. What is that? That's 6 yards a carry for Antonio Gibson. The Cowboys suck. Cowboys are so bad. Man. Also, the defensive line showed up. 6 sacks for 55 yards. That's over 9-yard loss a sack average. That's ridiculous. Fantastic day for the defensive line. Man, what a day. What a day. Just looking around here. We knocked Andy Dalton out of the game with a brutal hit. I don't know what in the world John Bostic was thinking. He clearly was sliding, and he tried to take his head off. He got ejected from the game, rightfully so. That should not have happened. But outside of that, I thought we played a fantastic game. I think we had a couple of false start penalties. We did get a safety. It wasn't a false start, sorry. It was encroachment penalties. We did get a safety on the day. Let's look over here at team stats. 9 for 15 on third down. 9 for 15 for third down on offense. That's unbelievable. We had 6 yards of play. They only had 2.6 yards of play. Absolutely brutal. We did get a turnover, and we did get the safety, which you can even consider as a turnover if you want, because either way, it's a loss of the ball for the offense. Time of possession. You guys know I love the time of possession. 36.5 minutes to 23.5 minutes. And it was pretty even at the end of the half, so we just absolutely manhandled them for 21-8 in the second half. Unbelievable. Man. The only bad thing coming out of this game, in my opinion, is we still need a kicker. Freaking Dustin Hopkins missed a 44-yard field goal again, just wide right, ugly kick. No laces excuse, just a bad kick coming from Dustin Hopkins. That's the 4th on the year out of 7 games. Gotta be better than that. Gotta be better than that. All right, I just wanted to go over what I said we needed to beat the Cowboys, and I'm pretty sure we did all of these things. Get turnovers. We got the interception, which was nice, and we got the safety, which you could even consider as a turnover. It doesn't go in the turnover column, but you can go there. Make Dalton beat you. Don't let Zeke get his first 100-yard game of the year. 12 carries, 45 yards for Zeke. Ate him up, less than 4 yards a carry. Tried to make Dalton beat us, and he couldn't. Bend, don't break. Basically, I didn't want a couple of big bombs on the day. They did have one throw to Amari Cooper for 32 yards, but outside of that, I think the longest play was 14 yards. No offense for the Cowboys. It was great. Run the football. I already talked about 163 yards combined. I wanted 150. That was clutch. That's awesome. And then number 5, I said just freaking win, and we did. We just did everything right to win the game today. Not a lot of penalties, no turnovers on the day. Kyle Allen had 0 turnovers. We just did fantastic today. Let's get into your comments. Let's see here. We got a bunch of people. What's up, Chris? What's up, Spoiled AFib? Nice win for the Saints today. Let's see. Anthony Johnson. Where the hell is the Cowboy fan at talking all that spice last stream? Right? Yeah, we'll see if he shows up. What's up, Wasmus? And that was a horrible kickoff by Dustin Hopkins when Pollard returned. I mean, 0 hang time. Yeah, it was a line drive right to him. That was a brutal kick. Yeah, the big bad thing coming out of this game was Dustin Hopkins was not good enough. Finally got that game I wanted to see from Gibson and Logan Thomas. Yeah, Logan Thomas had a really good day today. He had a touchdown today. And he also had a Moss catch on the sideline to the right side that was huge on 3rd down. Logan Thomas really did show up today. What did he end up with? He ended up with 4 catches, 60 yards, with a long of 26. And I think his touchdown was like a 15-yard play, so that was huge. Big things coming out of Logan Thomas, which really we needed to see. He could have had the 2-point conversion. Unfortunately, he did get hit once it happened, but no excuses, man. You got to come down with that catch. I think he already had bobbled it, and that could have been a 2-point conversion. This could have been a 27-3, looking even a little bit better. Bostic's hit should be worth of a suspension. Honestly, Rob Eamon, I think I agree. Bostic hit was embarrassing. Like, that was inexcusable, or whatever the word is. Definitely not acceptable behavior. Like, he was clearly giving himself up, and he just put his shoulder right into his face mask. Really embarrassing stuff. That shouldn't have happened. Let's see. Saints trading for a pass rusher for sure. Nick Easton and a 3rd rounder for J.J. Watt. It's happening. Write that down. I already got you for J.J. Watt, man. I think you tried to tell me to erase it, but I don't think I did. I was very impressed with Allen's composure. He was stepping up and realizing when to go. I really liked his presence. I think we got 3 out of 4 coming up in games as a win. Hey, all of the upcoming games for the next 4 weeks, I believe, are teams with a below 500 record that we can beat. I believe we have the Giants, the Lions, the Bengals, and the Cowboys again, so we could definitely win those games coming up. I hope Landon is okay, but I'm glad he's not out there. We'll find out without him. Cameron Kroll played great. DeShazier Everett had a big play to stop a touchdown. So we'll see what comes out. But he did have that nasty sack fumble that ended up turning into a safety. But Landon Collins, I think, played a little bit better, but it is unfortunately that I got hurt. But I don't know. I'll never forgive him for getting dusted by Daniel Jones last week. That was embarrassing. Not a Kyle Allen fan, but he did good for the most of the game. I think he did fine. I think if you go back and watch, I'm sure that you can find things that he missed. But he had a big 3rd down, getting it to McLaurin. It was like a 3rd and 10. He found a way to get to McLaurin. He had a 3rd and 9 where he ran for it. It looked like he was going to get sacked, but he ran away from 2 guys and ends up getting a 3rd and 9 with his legs. That was big. And the 52-yard bomb to McLaurin for 52 yards. That was beautiful. So, for the most part, I agree. Kyle Allen, he did have one play where it could have been intercepted. Luckily, nobody was around. He just fluttered it up into the end zone, and luckily, nobody else came down with it, but that's huge. Shamar Sam, welcome to the channel, Shamar Sam. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome. Let's see what you have to say. I'm so happy we lost. We are the worst team in the NFL. Number 2 pick in the draft. Woo, go Cow. So he's a Cowboys fan, but that's all right. You're welcome. I talk more than just the Redskins. We have other streams that we do. So welcome to the channel. Hopefully you earned a sub from you. But yeah, I'm glad that you're happy with the loss because I'm glad you lost as well. Dallas has quit on McCarthy. There might be something to say about that. But a big reason why their offense has sucked is that their great receivers are not showing up. Cooper had an okay day. He had 7 catches for 80 yards. But CeeDee Lamb, 0 catches for 0 yards on 5 targets. I saw at least 3 drop passes, and then the interception came on a Michael Gallup where he tipped it up, and it went right to Cole Holcomb. Speaking of Cole Holcomb, he had a fantastic day today, so that was huge. Let's see here. Amari Cooper thinking, damn, I should have signed with Washington. I don't think he's thinking he should have signed with Washington. I think he's probably thinking he should have signed somewhere else. That's funny. We're the worst team in the NFL. We make trash teams look like Super Bowl caliber team. Hey, you guys are bad. I was thinking that you guys were the favorite to win the division this year, but your defense is embarrassingly bad. Then you lost one of your strengths of your team and your offensive line. Your 3 best offensive line are gone, so that's huge. But you guys still aren't worse than the Jets. Just remember, the Jets still exist, okay? Just remember. Hey, at least Daniel Jones had a longer rush that softens the blow. I don't think Cooper thinks that. No. But good game. Y'all whooped our tails. Hey, man, good game. Well, as I said again, welcome to this channel, Shamar. Hopefully you earned a sub and, come back and join us. We don't mind Cowboys fans around talking smack. Cole Holcomb is our future at linebacker by far. Terry had a good game today, and Antonio Gibson bailed out Logan Thomas. Balled out, excuse me. Logan Thomas had a good day. He showed some promise. Cam Sims played very well as he has a catch and blocked great. Yeah, I don't mind Cam Sims. He's a big-bodied receiver. I still think he has questionable hands, so I'm not necessarily sold on him there. But, you're 6'5". I mean, I'm not going to be absolutely upset you're playing. Logan Thomas did have a good day. We've talked a lot of crap about Logan Thomas, but he did come out today. Antonio Gibson finally got his 100-yard game. That was huge. And Terry, we already know Terry. Cole Holcomb, finally they started him. He hasn't been starting as of late, and he showed up big today. He had a huge sack where he just blew up Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield and went to Dalton. That was a big sack, and he's the one that came up with the tipped interception. So love to see that from Cole Holcomb. Jets now 0-7. Yeah, Jets are bad, man. Jets are in bad shape. Marcus Williams will get traded. Put that down. Marcus Williams will get traded. Is that one of your corners or safety? Right? I'm trying to remember. Where do I have your sheet? There. Should have wrote it down somewhere. Is it? I'm not gonna lie, dude. I may have lost your page. It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. But anyway, what else we got? Landon Collins had a great game. For me, that's what we wanted to see from him. Yeah, that's huge. We paid him way too much money to play how he's been playing. It's been bad. It sucks that he got hurt, though, because he may have had some trade value, but now that he's hurt, you never know. I don't even know exactly what happened. I think it was an ankle that got hurt, but we don't know exactly what happened. I'm proud of him today. With our defense today, that's the lineup of guys I want to see in the game. At all times, Cameron Cole should stay in and start him, and DeShazer Everett should be the starters. Hey, Dallas is not a good team, though, but at the same time, you can't deny that they played really well. I picked up Gibson in fantasy just for this week, and I'm glad I did. I had a feeling he'd perform. I'd see him as the future. Hey, I've had Gibson in all of my leagues. I already have Gibson picked up, so good for you to be able to pick him up. But I have him in 1 or 2 leagues. I did not start him because in the leagues that I have him, I have a lot of running backs, so I didn't start him, but I have him there in case I need him, which is nice. Lions about to score in 49 seconds with no timeouts. Oh, they're about to beat Atlanta again. Atlanta's messing up. If Landon comes back, you pair him with Cole in the middle. That's interesting. Put him at linebacker. A lot of people have been talking about it, for sure. I'd rather be in a Washington football team stream than an Eagles stream. I can't stand Eagles fans. That's funny. Titans lose. Oh, did they Titans lost to the Steelers in the 0-5 matchup. I saw that they came back and they were down 27-24. Obviously, I didn't watch the finish of the game. The Cowboys are worse than the Jets. Let's all agree. Nobody's worse than the Jets until they fire their head coach. Their head coach is an absolute disaster. I know Mike McCarthy's not doing well, but no one's worse than Adam Gase, one of the worst coaches of all time. Only bad I saw from him was a bad pass, and he hanged on to the ball too long. That resulted into a sack, but that's it that I can remember. Yeah, Allen played fine. I don't mind it at all, and I actually think he got rid of the ball a couple of times while he was getting sacked finally, where he didn't do that last week, so that was huge. But yeah, I didn't mind anything I saw from Kyle Allen today for the most part. I thought he played fine. except for that one Paul where he threw up where anybody could have got it. Luckily, it hit the ground. I don't keep up with the Washington football team players, but who ran over Zeke? I died. That was Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb absolutely blew Zeke up in the backfield. Cole Holcomb. That was funny. That was awesome. That was fantastic play. The Lions just scored in 49 seconds with no timeouts. Oh my God. The freaking Falcons, man. Come on. They lost again in a disastrous fashion. The freaking Falcons. Terrible. Moses had some nice blocks on the runs. I have to give him credit. Yeah, he's a big body dude. 6'8", 330 pounds. And he's not bad. I just think that people hype him up in Redskins Nation. He's the best right tackle in football. No, I don't think so. He has limited his penalties a lot this year. I have not seen many penalties coming out of him, which that was huge because he was a freaking walking penalty back in the past. So that was good to see that happened. That was good. Did I lose it? Did I lose it? Here it is. Spoiled predictions. Marcus Williams wanted traded. Is that what you said earlier? Marcus Williams will get traded. Put that down. Marcus Williams will get traded. Gotcha. If Landon come back, compare him to Nicole. Nope, sorry, hold on. Back. Let's see. Adam Gase will be a shoe salesman next year. I wouldn't buy a pair of shoes from him. Let me tell you. It seems like everything he touches turns to poop. TD Browns. Let's look at some other scores. You guys keep talking about other games. Yep, Browns take the lead over the Bengals 37-34. The Lions beat the Falcons 23-22. What a disaster. Steelers do end up beating the Titans 27-24. Saints beat the Panthers 27-24. Packers manhandle the Texans 35-20. You have Bills. Man, they went down 10-0 against the Jets. Bills were not looking pretty, but they tightened up the screws. They got back into it. They won 18-10. And that is the ball game so far. Raiders already scored against the Bucks in their game. Let's see who pulled that one off. It was... How'd they score? It doesn't show. Oh, wait, hold on. Why is it... That's weird. They have Tampa Bay in the Raiders thing. I got to refresh, I guess. Because it has Tampa Bay twice. There we go. All right, Raiders scored to Nelson Aguilar for a 28-yard touchdown. Good for them. Cole Holcomb had 100-plus tackles last year. I love that guy. He's a beast, man. He didn't have 100-plus tackles last year. No, I don't think so. He didn't have 100-plus tackles last year, right? Is that true? I know he had 100-plus tackles in 3 years at North Carolina. Like, each year he had 100. But did he have 100-plus tackles last year? He may have, actually. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't think so, though. I think you're wrong. No, he did. 105 combo tackles. Good. Fair enough. I didn't think he had that many. I did know he played quite a bit. Oh, okay. He started at 15 games last year. I thought it was a little less than that, but good for him. I love Cole Holcomb. I think he's great. The Falcons are trash. Trade Julio to the Redskins or Eagles. Yeah, Julio's not coming here. Julio will veto that trade. We'll take him. I love Julio. Beast. Parkey misses the extra point. Is that... Parkey missed. Who has Parkey now? He was on the Bears, wasn't he? Parkey misses the extra point. Let's see here. We will go 3-1 or 4-0 in the next 4 games. I think the Lions might be a team that could get us. Yeah, the Lions aren't a bad team. That's for sure. They're not great, but they're not bad. They've beaten teams like the Cardinals and stuff. So I'm not saying that that's a walk in the park by any means. And first of all, there's no such thing as a walk in the park for us. Okay, we did walk all over Dallas today, but Dallas could easily come back and beat us the next time we could play. So we got to show up, be ready to play, but we could definitely win the next 4 games. All of them winnable. Reason why I said the Saints will trade someone by deadline, and Williams looking like the one, his play this year has not been good. Well, then his trade value is low. I don't know. Let's see. Here are our trade values. Okay, Marcus Williams, Nick Easton, Sheldon Rankins, and Traquan Smith, and I want to keep Rankins. Yeah, I would definitely want to keep Rankins as well. Traquan Smith is actually an interesting trade for y'all. If you can get rid of him, that's interesting. If you can get some value for Traquan, because I don't think you guys really need Traquan, so it's very interesting. Julio to New England, that's cool. Oh, Parkey's the Browns kicker now? Okay. Missed the extra point. Oh, to put him up by 4? Game over. Browns win 37-34. Wide left. What a bum. D-Law gets paid $20 million to jump off sides and didn't get a sack, I believe. Yeah, he did jump off sides. But yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence is not a bad player, but he's just on a terrible defense, which makes him look a lot worse. Yeah, Cole Holcomb was ranked top 10 for rookies in the NFL YouTube page as he led in tackles. Okay, fair enough. D-Law is trash. I don't think so, but that's fine. Skip Bayless is going to be so upset tomorrow. Yes. It's always good to see Skip Bayless squeal. Love to see Skip Bayless unhappy. Let's see what else we got in this game that we can go over. That goal line play, I don't mind the call, but Jesus, man, you have like 6 inches. You can't get any push against this defensive line to come in and score that touchdown. I did not like to see that. And it was weird how he like lined up like in the neutral zone from the defensive end, or the defensive tackle rather, and we didn't call hike right away. I think we may have been able to get away with one. We let him back up. If we would have called hike right away, which is what you should do in a QB sneak situation, you know what you're doing. You're just going forward, all right? Call hike and frickin' go forward. Get the defense off guard. Instead, we waited and we let them get back on sides, and I think they were ready to go for it, which made us struggle there. But no, get in there, frickin' hurry up to the line, call hike, and run forward. There's no reason to let the defense get set up. Let's see here. Look up Dallas next 4 games and Giants. All right, yeah, I will. Let's see what they got. All right, Cowboys schedule next 4 games. They have Philly, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and us. That's over a 5-week period, though, because they have a bye week, week 10. But, yeah, that's an ugly schedule, especially the Vikings and the Steelers for them. They could get absolutely walked all over. And if they lose to the Eagles, which now that we have the win and we have a good schedule ahead of us, we're going to be rooting for the Cowboys to upset the Eagles there so that we can look better for the playoffs. And then if we beat them, they could go 1-3 and then make the Eagles struggle. That would be awesome to see if we can get a bounce-back game for the Cowboys. But yeah, let's look at the Giants' schedule. Giants have Tampa Bay, us, Eagles, and the Bengals. So they're in a similar boat to us as far as not a super hard schedule, but the Bucks are definitely better than the Lions. So good. They should get a loss next week to the Buccaneers. That would be good. That'd be nice. Nice. And then last but not least, let's see what the Eagles have in the next 4 games. They have Dallas, Giants, Browns, and Seahawks. So, yeah, if they can go 1-3 there by losing to Dallas and beating the Giants, and all of a sudden we go 3-1, 4-0, we're in somewhere. That could be huge. Mike Pryor, what's up, Tim? Big win, brother. Love to see it. Absolutely. Welcome back, Mike Pryor. Yes, huge win for us. Awesome to see. Can't wait to see Stephen A's video. Yeah. Oh, man. If he was still on First Take with Skip Bayless, I am not listening to Max Kellerman ever again. I'm done with Max Kellerman. But if they were still there, that would have been an awesome one to see. See Stephen A get some jabs in on Skip Bayless. That would be fun. Yeah, and Stephen A was talking so much crap about us the other day. How dare Oh, eat your words. Eat your words, Skip Bayless. That's awesome. And I remember Stephen A was like, a win against the Redskins means nothing. Well, how does he feel now with a 25-3 blowout against the Skins? Oh, that means something, and it means you're bad. It means you're real, real bad. That's awesome. Can't wait for Skip Bayless' excuses tomorrow. Yeah, Stephen A was talking so much crap. Yeah, but it worked out to our benefit. We got a safety off of it. Well, okay, well, what would you rather take? 7 points from a touchdown or 2 points from a safety? I mean, I agreed with the call. Go for it. I completely agree with that because you pin him back, which was nice because we did get the safety in a little bit of an unconventional way, right? Because we actually went off sides, let them get some space. They end up going for a pass, and we get that sack safety fumble that went back into the end zone. The tight end scooped it up, but he couldn't get back out. But at the same time, we would love to get a score there so we get 7 points instead of 2. Because then if we get a stop, our offense still is right there. My boy Rodgers went off against the Texans. Yeah, Rodgers is a monster. There's no doubt about it. Come on, dude. Like, it's so hilariously stupid to see people saying that he's not elite and he's bad, blah, blah, blah. He's amazing. Really, really good. And I know we say this every week, but Hopkins really needs to go. It's so bad. It's so bad. I hate, Hopkins, really good dude, really nice guy. Gotta go. Come on, man. Jack Del Rio play calling today was perfect. This defense is top 5 defense. If our offense can build off of this, we would be solid. I like the offensive play, especially in the first half. Hey, you know me. Okay, I'm the realist. We just beat a bad team. Okay, let's get some wins under our belt, like some wins outside the division, some wins from these other teams we're about to play, the Lions, the Bengals. If we can get some wins out of these teams, I'd feel a little bit better. And also let's beat the lowly Giants too while we're at it, right? But hey, we got the W today. That's huge. Get to 2-5, and then next week try to get to 3-4. We actually have the bye week next week though, and then we come back and play the Giants. But still, I'm happy with the win. I'm ecstatic with the win, and we did look great today. But it's against a really, really bad team, and I want to see us put it together against a better team and see what happens. I was so impressed with Cole Holcomb. Yeah, he was amazing, flying around. He's a fast linebacker. I think he ran a sub 4.5 40 at his pro day, and 100 tackles each year at North Carolina for the last 3 years, and 100 tackles last year. So, guy's a tackling machine, super quick, smart linebacker. Love Cole Holcomb. I think if we can get a lead, we would win a lot of games because then we can unleash that D-line and the scheme and blitz. Yeah, I mean, playing with the lead is so much easier than playing from behind. So that's, yeah, and then also we can get some run game going with Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick and Peyton Barber. Yeah, if we can get a lead instead of being down 17-0, 17-7, 14-0, whatever the case may be, that we were the first few weeks of the year, that bodes well for anybody, but yeah, we especially need it. We're not a team that's going to come back and win a bunch of games, down 17, 14-0. So that's huge. Yeah, the lead is key, correct. The 2 points because it turned into 9. Okay. You're being a little short-sighted there, Mitchell Wasmus. What if we get the 7, then we get a 3 and out, right? And then we come down and score just like we did the last time. Now that's 14 instead of 9. It's a little short-sighted to say the 2 is better than 7. You always want to get that 7, but it was nice to get, since we did pin him back and we did get the safety, that's huge. But yeah, it's a little short-sighted to say the 2 points is better than 7. Philly wins division at 5-10-1. What's up, Billy D? Welcome to the channel. Haven't seen you before, so welcome to the channel. But hey, at this point, anything's possible with what's going on. All of a sudden, we could be in 6-10 or something. But hey, we got to win some games. We're right in the thick of things, man. Right in the thick of it. We have just as many wins as the Eagles, and minus the tie. So hey, anything's possible. Let's see here. We will beat the Bengals for sure. Chase Young versus Joe Burrow, number 2 versus number 1. I think Chase will play with a chip on his shoulder. Excuse me. Oh. And we'll get our revenge against the Giants. I like the way you think. We could definitely go 3-1 in the next 4 games. Definitely. But Joe Burrow is really good, so we got to be ready to play against a really good Cincinnati offense. He's got Tyler Boyd. They got some other Joe Mixon, I think, got hurt, though. But they're not a bad offensive team. Defensively, they're terrible. So our offense needs to show up against the Bengals. I'd rather have 7 because you never know. We might not get 7 or even 3. Yeah, no, you always want the 7. I think Mitchell Wasmus was being a little silly. Yeah, we have to destroy New York. I think if we limit turnovers and have a great defense again, we will. Yeah, if you don't turn the ball over twice against a bad Giants team and then don't get any turnovers on defense, come on. Yeah, we got to get turnovers and limit our turnovers, so that's big. All right, am I back? All right, sorry about that. I'm back. You're welcome, Billy. Thanks, man. Our Mitchell Wasmus. Our franchise has had magic after starting poor. A new and comes out of nowhere, hoping this can be another RG3 situation where we win a bunch off momentum. Hey, we've done it a couple of times. We also did it back in 2007 when Sean Taylor passed away. We won 4 straight games in December to make the playoffs. Also against in Kirk Cousins' year, we were 3-6 with the Code Red game, or 2-6 in the Code Red game. We came back and won that division that year, 9-7. So hey, yeah, we could definitely still make some noise to win this division, and we're much better coached than people think we are, and we're just young and inexperienced. But hey, we can gather some momentum definitely. Whoa, Mitchell. It was 1 game, bro. I mean, I hope. Exactly. 1 game. Can't get against a bad team at that. But prime Kyle Allen was never as good as prime RG3, sadly. Yeah, Kyle Allen is not quite RG3 2012. There you go, Mike. You're right. Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, we definitely can. Let's look at the rest of our schedule, our schedule, it was tough going into it. I did not like our schedule going into the year. But our schedule seemed to have loosened up somewhat. Let's see here. Schedule. All right, what do we got left? We got Giants, not good. Detroit, okay, they're middle of the pack. Bengals, not really good. Their defense is garbage. Joe Burrow looks great. Dallas, we already know they're garbage. Then we have Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and Seattle. That's brutal. A brutal lineup right there. San Francisco, Seattle, and Pittsburgh. I mean, San Francisco, even though they're beat up, they're still really well coached, really, really good. So we'll probably go 0-3 in that stretch. So it's going to be huge to win at least 3 out of our next 4, because that stretch is going to be really tough. And then right after that, we got Carolina, who's looked like a lot better team with Matt Rule and Teddy Bridgewater. So Carolina's no walk in the park by any means. And that's even without Christian McCaffrey. So who knows there what will happen. And then we have the Eagles' last game of the season. So we could beat 5 of the teams, and that would put us at 7 wins. And we theoretically could win it at 7-9. Theoretically. But we have to do it first. Let's get a second win, as I said. Let's get a second win before we start talking about playoffs. Is winning the division better than picking higher in the draft? No way they get in as a wild card. Yeah, definitely not a wild card. But yes, winning the division is better than higher draft pick because you can get a lot of good value in the teen round, like pick 10 to 20. There's still a lot of value there, and you cannot put a value on how much it means to start a winning culture, right? Miami, they wanted to tank for Tua, right? And they went 0-5 to start the year. Well, then they went on a 5-6 run to finish the year and started building a winning culture again down there with Brian Flores. And now all of a sudden, now this year they're 3-3. They lost to a great Bills team, a tough Patriots team, and a really good who was the last team? Oh, Seahawks team. So 2 teams that were basically undefeated for a little while. Bills are still solid, and the Patriots are the Patriots. So that's the 3 teams they lost to. You want to just start building, and then they got the 5th pick, and they got their man Tua anyway. So you never know who's going to fall there, who's going to end up being there, and you definitely just want to try to win every game you have. Don't get into a loser's mindset of tanking. We as fans can talk about it's better to lose in certain situations, but as a team, you want to win every game possible. And, I mean, think about the quarterbacks that freaking Pat Mahomes was at, number 10, so he wasn't like a top-tier pick. Lamar Jackson was later in the draft. Russell Wilson was a 4th-round pick. Just Aaron Rodgers was like pick number 20 or something like that. Like, you can get so much value later in the draft, later even in the first round, and you just got to make sure you hit on every draft pick no matter what. You don't need a top 5 draft pick to get a good player, and there's a lot of times they get a top 5 pick and get a bad player anyway. So always want to win as much as possible, and if we can win this division, you never know what could happen in the playoffs. All of a sudden, a quarterback gets hurt there, a big player on their team gets hurt, and all of a sudden we could win a playoff game. That could be huge, Seattle won theirs at 7-9. They beat a really good Saints team. So with the big run, the Quake run, right, from beast mode. And so you always just want to win, all right? Always want to win. Where was I? All right, here we go. Kyle Allen was doing some dumb things. Sometimes he just needed to take what's in front of him. There was that sack. It looked like he had Antonio Gibson like immediately out of the backfield. He wanted to go deep, but find your man and hit him and keep the play alive. Don't take a sack. Hail to the Redskins. What's up, man? How you doing? We cooked them Cowboys. Hey, yes we did, dude. Yes we did. It was awesome. Chris, Sports Talk. I think Seattle will be a good game because they don't have a defense. We do. I think that'll be a close game. We will beat the Panthers. Ron knows them. Plus, that's his homecoming. We will get it. That's for him. Hey, I would love that. If we could beat the Panthers and we could beat the Lions, the Bengals, and we could sweep the rest of the division, that's 6 games. That puts us at 8-8. That's a respectable win of the division. Billy D, 7 wins will take the division, probably at this point. Steelers, I think, will lose. Oh, we will lose? Yeah, Steelers are really, really good. They just beat a really good Titans team. They're 6-0 for a reason. That would be a huge upset if we can upset the Steelers. Wow, Raiders with that nasty fake punt. Oh, they had a fake punt? I didn't see it. Obviously, I'm doing the stream. I didn't watch. Man, Derek Carr is having himself a year, dude. 7 for 812 yards and a touchdown right now. What a day for Derek. What a year for Derek Carr. They're 3-2. They already beat the freaking Chiefs. Beat the Saints. Who did they even lose to? They had a tough schedule if those are the teams they beat. Who did they lose to? They beat a tough Panthers team. Yeah, they lost to the Patriots and they lost to the Bills. Holy shnikes, the Raiders, dude. What a freaking start to the schedule. Now they have Tampa Bay, then they have Cleveland. They have a tough Chargers team that's playing well. Denver can be, good grief. All of a sudden, they have quote-unquote easy win against the Jets, but outside of that, their schedule is insane. Good for the Raiders winning, because Raiders are actually a pretty darn good team. They've played a heck of a schedule right now. All right, where we at? Seattle revenge game against Dunbar. Hey, I would love to beat Seattle. I'm not putting any money on that kind of bet. 49ers, I think that'll be a close game as well. We got a chance in both games against Seattle and the 49ers. We have a little bit of a chance against the 49ers because of their injuries, but as far as a team, in reality, we just don't. We're just not good enough to beat those teams. Anything can happen in any given Sunday, but if we're being honest with ourselves, we should be severe underdogs. Alex, starter in 2021. Yeah, if we don't draft a quarterback, but who knows? Maybe if Kyle Allen brings us to a playoff game, all of a sudden Kyle Allen could be our quarterback next year. Who knows? Can Kyle Allen be Todd Collins when he went on that win streak to get to the playoffs? Hey, man, great reference. Welcome to the channel, Joseph Hatch. Yeah, I was talking about that, the 2007 run with Todd Collins, and then we ended up putting Jason Campbell back in the game for the playoff game, and we got crushed in the playoffs. I was really sad to see that because Collins was doing fantastic things that season, and I remember, I don't remember all the details. I was a freshman in high school when that happened, but it's, I think that it was sad to see that Todd Collins got knocked out after winning 4 straight games to put us in the playoffs. I would like to have seen him have a chance against Seattle that year, but unfortunate. Let's see here. We will lose to the Steelers, yeah, probably. Haskins was pick number 17. Pick number 15. Chris corrected you, but yeah, that's fine. No, Billy, no more Alex Smith. This D could get them through the wild card round. Exactly? Who knows? You get to the playoffs, you never know what'll happen, dude. 7-9 in team is actually undefeated in the playoffs. No, sorry, undefeated in the first round of the playoffs. Let's say that. 7-9 team is undefeated in the first round of the playoffs. LOL, I hated Todd Collins at QB. That's funny. Todd Collins won 4 in a row to make it the playoffs. All right, come on, man. He wasn't playing bad either. No one's worse than Rex Grossman. RG3? The other RG3. Rex Grossman the third, man. The other RG3. He was garbage. He was. He made it to the Super Bowl somehow, but yeah, he was bad. I'm mad Ryan Kerrigan only played 1 snap today, and on that 1 snap, he got a sack on. We have a great D-line, so much talent. It is sucking. It does suck to see Ryan Kerrigan get so few snaps, but he got more than 1. I know I saw more than 1 play, but I understand the sentiment that we're not playing him nearly as much because Montez Sweat and Chase Young have looked fantastic, and that's who he's playing behind. And they have decided that him and Ryan Anderson go out on the field together. I would rather see them spell Sweat and Chase Young for him so he can get on the field with those guys sometimes. But, who am I to say? What happened, man? Collins played well for 4 games to get into the wild card. Todd Collins, yeah, he did. Should have started that playoff game too, in my opinion. And Logan Thomas is starting to look good, like a prime Todd Yoder. I don't know too much about Todd Yoder. That name kind of sounds familiar, but I don't remember that. But, Logan Thomas, he's not bad. He's not great. He's nothing special. He's just going to be a guy for you. And, if he can be a sure-handed guy that catches the ball when he's thrown, we'll take it. But we definitely need tight end help. He's still not that great. Appreciate it, bro. No problem, Joseph. Welcome to the channel, man. Hopefully you earned a sub. That'd be awesome. Sub to the channel. If you got anybody here that hasn't subbed to the channel, please sub to the channel. That'd be awesome. We will pick a QB in the draft. Ron will get his QB, Trey Lance. Watch what I tell you. I'm all for it. I love Trey Lance. And we got demolished talking about playing against in that wild card game. Yeah, Jason Campbell came back in and he looked like trash. Because he was. If Atlanta picks top 3, do they dump Matty Ice and pick a QB? Do Skins go after Matty Ice? That's interesting. I think if the Falcons can offload Matt Ryan, I think they will. Especially if they have a top 3 pick where they can go get one of these nice young quarterbacks, especially if they like one of them. Obviously, you have Trevor Lawrence probably going number 1, but then they have Justin Fields, what's his name? Trask. You have Lance. I mean, they have a bunch of people that you could potentially draft that high. So if they like one of those quarterbacks, yeah, you could see a trade there. And will we get Matt Ryan? We have the cap space for it. If depends on where we pick. If we can't get one of those top tier quarterbacks, we believe, if we all of a sudden if we do end up, let's say 7-9 in the wild card, and now all of a sudden we're picking number 20 or 21, maybe we do make a move to go get Matty Ice. But I don't think we're going to trade away a draft pick to get him. So I don't think we will. I would say I'm going to lean on the side of no, we will not go get Matty Ice. But it's not a ridiculous notion. But I think the price tag will be too much for what we want to spend on a older quarterback. What about that John Bostic hit, though? It was ugly. That was embarrassingly bad. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. He shouldn't have lowered his shoulder like that on a sliding quarterback. He should know better. Got ejected, and he should have gotten ejected. That was bad look, and I'm sorry for Andy Dalton for that happening, because that was embarrassing. If San Fran or anybody offers a third for Ryan Kerrigan, if I'm Ron, I'm pulling the trigger. I love Kerrigan, but that's a done deal. Yeah, getting rid of Kerrigan it's sad. I want to see him as a forever Redskin. He's been here, 10, 11 years now or something like that, 10, 11 seasons. So I would love to see him stay as a Washington Redskins. But if we can get some value, especially some draft capital for an aging defensive end that we already are stacked at the defensive end position, I'm not mad if we do. Thinking about trading Kerrigan, I pray they don't, because one, he's a lifer, and two, he's a great. If they're going to trade Kerrigan, you send him in Landon and Haskins for Julio or a great receiver. Yeah, I don't know. You don't make a move like that for a receiver. But if you can get some draft capital, and offload Collins, let's say, that's not a bad deal. Anthony Johnson, I want a mobile QB. I agree. I don't need a Kyler Murray or a Lamar Jackson. I don't need that kind of mobility. But yeah, having a Russell Wilson mobility, a Pat Mahomes mobility, an Aaron Rodgers mobility, Deshaun Watson mobility, somebody that can just at least buy time in the pocket and escape the pocket and buy time with his legs, that'd be huge. That's why I really like Trey Lance, because I think he could be Russell Wilson 2.0. Ron doesn't want Matty Ice. He wants a mobile QB. That's probably true. I'll take it. I don't love Justin Fields. That's fair. Nobody from Ohio State has ever been good at the quarterback position, which is pretty wild to think about. Like, they've had terrible quarterback histories coming from Ohio State, but he doesn't turn the ball over much. But yeah, I mean, he's just playing on a great team. I agree with you. I'm not the biggest Justin Fields fan personally. I'm also not the hugest fan of Trevor Lawrence personally. I know he plays on the best team in the nation in Clemson, basically. So that's going to help you in the moment. But at the same time, I don't know. That's why I like Trey Lance personally. 28 touchdowns last year with 0 interceptions. And he ran for over 1,000 yards and had 12 touchdowns on the ground. So 40 touchdowns is 0 interceptions. That's awesome. Matty has actually a good year. He always has good statistical years. He actually holds the record for the most yards in the first 12 years of his career. I mean, he's a stat machine. They just don't ever win. Except for the one year they went to the Super Bowl, they still lost. I want Trey Lance. Agreed. Anthony agreed. No, I'm trading Ryan Kerrigan for no third. Okay, so Chris says not trading Ryan Kerrigan for a third. I don't know, man. Third's pretty important round. It's not crazy to get rid of Ryan Kerrigan for a third. We've gotten Terry from there. We got Gibson from there. We've gotten Fabian Moreau from there. I mean, third round has some talent, dude. So it's not crazy to go get another third round young talent and see what we can do with it. But like we said last week, first we need to get good enough where those big names will even want to come play for us in the first place. Correct. Yeah, we're not a destination for a big splashy play. Quarterback's different because quarterback's a quarterback. You only get one of those basically to play. You obviously have the backup, but really only one of them's playing. So we could get a potential Matty Ice play, But we're not going to get Julio because Julio can go any Super Bowl contending team and try to go fight for a Super Bowl and get playing time because you play 3-4 wide receivers consistently. But like we said last week, first we need to get... Nope, sorry. I'm keeping Kerrigan, period. The greatest strength of our O-line... Our O-line is the fact that we can rotate... Sorry, D-line. He said O-line, but it's D-line. We still have great talent on the D-line that can go get the QB. You keep them if you're going to trade some... If you're going to trade someone, 2 names, Landon Collins and Dwayne Haskins, that's who you trade. Agreed. Agreed that's those. I would rather trade those guys than Kerrigan, but it is a business. You got to make what the moves for the right moves for the team. But it's not crazy to say keeping Ryan Kerrigan is the best move for the team. You know, if we can get him for a good deal, a veteran deal, not a veteran minimum, he's going to be more than that. But if we can get him for a good deal, he's not a bad guy to keep on your team. Great leadership. Great experience, really good talent, good on the defensive line. So keeping him is not the end of the world by any stretch. But if we can potentially get some value for him, third, I don't know. But it's interesting. True, Terrell Pryor, no, I'm not related to him. But I have his Skins jersey, Haskins, JT Barrett, all trash. No, Google Ohio State quarterbacks and you'll be like, who are all these people? Like, it's been bad for years. Skins top defense defense talent and the price tags are going to come home to roost soon. What guy on D will be gone? Skins can't afford them all. Allen, Payne, Sweat. I think out of all those, Allen unfortunately is the first to go if we need to. But if we got to pay some money, paying that defensive line is not a bad thing, and we have a lot of cap space to do it. But Daron Payne was the year after Allen, so he won't be. Allen, we should have got. I'm pretty sure we kept his 5th-year option for next season. We could do the same thing for Daron Payne next year to keep us for. So we have some time before we have to continue to pay these people. Sweat is only his 2nd year, so we don't have to pay all these guys right away. We have to pay Brandon Sheriff, which we will. Agreed. I love Brandon. He unfortunately is kind of a health risk. He doesn't play enough, but when he's on the field, he's great. And our money will be spent on that O-line and our safety and linebacker and receiver position. If Logan continues to play like this, you keep him at tight end. I would love to get him another tight end. I loved my boy Tim Settle getting in on the action today with a sack. He looked so happy out there. The defense was clicking. I love Tim Settle as a 5th-round pick. That was a huge pickup for us in the 5th round. We talk about all of our 1st-round picks, but being able to get a talent like that in the 5th round for Tim Settle, that's awesome. Our D-line will be here for many years to come. Exactly. Yeah, we don't have to pay all these guys at once. We'll be all right when it comes to paying these guys. And the salary cap is only going up, so we'll see what happens there. But once we get rid of Alex Smith next season, we will have $70 million in cap space going into the next offseason. That's a lot. A lot. If Skins can win division, may help in free agency, especially if they can win a wild card game. Exactly. We're building something. We're trying to build a team here. And if we can potentially get to the playoffs and win a division game and, show that we're building to the future, show that we actually are maybe a contending team next season, free agents will want to come here more, right? They like Ron Rivera. They like Jack Del Rio. We got to figure out the QB situation to make people more comfortable there because that's the most important position in sports, period. So get to the division win. That'd be good. 3rd most cap space, I believe, in the league. Yeah, and I think the 3rd most cap space is not including when we get rid of Alex Smith. I think that's only the $55 million that we have in cap space without cutting Alex Smith. The best draft pick we drafted outside of Chase Young is Cameron Curl. He was a steal. He'll be a Pro Bowler someday, I believe. He's a truly a solid guy. The best draft pick we did, so I'm guessing that you're talking about last draft, was the Cameron Curl. I guess if you're saying for the round, that's interesting. Obviously, I think Antonio Gibson's a steal in the third round, so I love Antonio Gibson. But if Cameron Curl can be a consistent starter as a seventh round pick, I think he was. I think Cameron Curl was a seventh round pick. Yeah, that could be huge if you get a starter out of the seventh round. We could win a wild card because of that defense. It's not bad, though it is possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Anything's possible. But plausible, plausible, yeah, but probable, not really. Probably have a 10%. Like right now, we probably have like a 2% chance of winning a playoff game as we talk right now. If we make it there, we probably still only have like a 25% chance of winning. Mike Pryor, no, Billy D, time to put money into the O-line. Correct. We need to freaking draft some O-line. That's why Zeke got obliterated, because his offense of line stinks. Let's see, where were we at? If we can get rid of Alex Smith and Landon, we will have so much money to rebuild and spend, and we will definitely be the class of our division. Definitely no question. Yeah, well, our division's garbage, so being the class is not saying much. But yeah, if we can offload those two contracts, if we get rid of Landon, that's like $85 million plus of cap space if we can somehow get rid of him. That'd be awesome. Giuliano 4425, welcome to the channel, Giuliano or Juliano. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but congratulations to the Washington football team. Yes, huge win for us, and welcome to the channel. And thank you for commenting, and hopefully we earn a sub from you. Seek got destroyed. Seek and destroyed. Yep, he was bad. I rather build my lineup. First, you win in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Correct. You got to build the line, dude. You got to build the line. Get our offensive line in better shape, and that's how I completely agree. That's how you win games. You got a beast. You win in the trenches, right? You stop the run and you run the football. If you can do those two things, you have a solid team. Cameron Curl will make it to the Pro Bowl. You're tripping. We'll see. We're not drafting no O-line. We'll get that in free agency. Offensive lineman in the draft almost never pan out. Well, first round offensive lineman pan out. But, hey, if we can get him into the free agency too, I'm not mad about it. I believe it when I see it. Yeah, talking about Cameron Curl. Yeah, hey. Chris loves his bold predictions, man. He will go out there on a limb. And Cameron Curl is somebody that he's been preaching for weeks now. And, hey, I'm not mad. What was his stats today? Cameron Curl, 3 tackles. No sacks. Let's see. Let's hit his name. So give me any stats today. No pass defended, no forced fumbles, no sacks, 3 tackles. Interesting. Crazy how much better Dak made the boys look. I feel bad for him. Well, it's not all Andy Dalton's fault. Andy Dalton's definitely worse than Dak, there's no question. But also Dalton is playing with, like, no O-line. Zach Martin got hurt after Dak got hurt. And then also I think another offensive lineman got hurt in that Giants game. So Dalton's also playing with a much worse offensive line. And for some reason, CeeDee Lamb is sucked with Dalton on the field. CeeDee Lamb has just been garbage. Drop passes everywhere. He's really missing Dak, I guess. Hell no, Chris. You'd be more likely to see Danny Dimes in the Pro Bowl. Yeah, with the stat line so far, 9 solo tackles in 7 games. Yeah, he's not making the Pro Bowl. Agree with free agency linemen. Draft picks stink from the past draft. I mean, you can get them in either way. However you want to get them, I don't care. But we need to build our offensive line. Wait, who had the pick again today? Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb had the interception. It was a tip pass. We need a true number 2 for Terry. Then once we get Kelvin Harmon back, we'll be fine as far as receivers. But we need a true number 2. We can could be built like Seattle, to be honest with you. Yeah, we could definitely be built like Seattle. They're huge. Kelvin Harmon would be nice to get back. AGG is hurt right now. If he can build into something at 6'4", I don't have a huge faith that Cam Sims is going to be somebody great for us. But and then we'll get Steve Sims back from injury. So that's 3 guys right there that we could potentially get back from injury that could really strengthen that receiver position. Cole Holcomb had the pick, yes. Chris Sports offensively, yeah, for sure. Mike Pryor, oh yeah. Anthony Johnson, I like Curl a lot, but I don't see him as a Pro Bowl level type player, but a tier below it, yeah. I can agree with something like I don't mind Curl. I didn't like the draft pick. I'll be very honest. I did not like drafting Curl from Arkansas in the 7th round. I thought it was kind of just a throwaway pick, but hey, he's gotten a lot of playing time as a 7th round pick from Arkansas, so good for him. Cameron Curl makes big plays, and on top of that, they don't throw to his side when he's covering. He can cover tight ends and receivers in the slot. He has a lot of promise. He just needs to get PT. You definitely don't see his name a lot being dusted or being beat, so I agree with that. A lot of what Cameron Curl does doesn't show up in the stat box. That's fair. How about them Cowboys? What's up, Yashawn66? I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome to the channel, Yashawn, or Sean, however you want to pronounce it. Why Sean? And but yes, the Jimmy Johnson. How about them Cowboys? That's brutal. Yep, and when Sims is back, correct. Billy D would prefer a top line tight end over a number 2 receiver if I had to pick only one. I can agree with that. Having a really, really good tight end could be way more beneficial than having a great number 2 receiver, and in some cases, even a great number 1 receiver, because who the heck do the Patriots have on offense besides Gronk, right? So having a monster tight end could be even more important. I mean, you didn't have great receivers last year for San Francisco with Kittle. You had Tyreek Hill, of course, for the Chiefs, but they have Travis Kelce, 2 of the best tight ends in the Super Bowl. Zach Ertz has been in the Super Bowl. Gronk has been in the Super Bowl a lot. Like, having a really good tight end helps your chances for sure. If he pans out to be a Pro Bowl type player, I'll be happy with it. I'm right there with, if Cameron Curl's a Pro Bowler, like you're predicting, we're all hoping you're right, okay? We're all hoping you're right, Chris. We will take it, okay? We want it. We should go get Cameron Brate, tight end from Tampa Bay. That would be interesting. He's behind OJ and Gronk right now. I would love to get Cameron Brate. That's not a bad idea at all. Nah, bro, stop with that energy. That's not cool about Bostic. Oh, wait. Let's go Bostic. I don't care about their QB. Hurt all of them. All right, yeah, I agree. I agree with Mike Pryor. That was a bad hit. Brutal hit. He deserved to get kicked. Against the Rams, he had to guard Everett and fail on the play action. Yes, I remember that play specifically. That's right. He thought he got beat by the play action real bad. He bit on it hardcore and let Everett run right by him for a big play. So he's not perfect. He's not the best. But if Cameron Curl can turn it into something, I'm not mad about it at all. I believe we're making a trade at the deadline for more than one. Kendall Fuller is having a great season, locking down his receivers. Great sign. Yeah, Kendall Fuller's been playing. I have no complaints with Kendall Fuller. Or Njoku or Hawkinson. Hey, I like both those names. I don't think we'll get Hawkinson. They put too much draft capital in him. But if we can get Njoku or Cameron Brate, I like both those names. Excuse me. Finally happy to see Fabian out there playing too. Yeah, I like Fabian. He's not been playing great. He got beat last week against, what's his name? Why do I always forget that guy's name? It's not Sterling Shepard. It's the other one. Who's the other receiver for Giants? I can't think of it. He got beat by him, though. Look, I'm sorry. I just got no love for the Cowboys. Hey, none of us have love for the Cowboys, but we don't want to be nasty and those kind of hits. That was just bad and embarrassing. We no need for that kind of hit. Sorry, don't feel too bad about Dak. Part of the game. Skins didn't get bonus points when Alex Smith went down. Oh, I mean, I don't sit here and cry for the Cowboys, but it sucks to see somebody get hurt like that. But at the same time, he freaking made his bed and he has to lay in it. He should have taken that $100 million contract. He left $70 million on the table. That's on him, man. I understand no love for the Cowboys, but they're still human after the game, bro. Yep. Y'all act like the great players don't get beat on a play. Like, come on, that's one play. To heck, be real. You literally names one play out of 6 games. Chris is so defensive over his boy Cameron Curl. Hey, it was a bad play. All right? You're right. It's not his entire career, but it was a bad play. But, hey, Cameron Curl has not played poorly. I said that as well. I think he's played fine. But, he's not perfect, and he's not the best. But we'll see. And if he can build, he's only a rookie at a 7th-round pick out of Arkansas. I'm not expecting him to be a world beater. I did not like the draft pick, as I said. So when we got him, I thought it was a throwaway. I was surprised that he even made the team. But he's not only made the team, but he's seen the field a lot as a rookie. More power to him. I'm happy. And if he could build on that for next year, awesome. Yeah, like Anthony said. Yep, exactly. And yeah, we all hate the Cowboys. Correct. We all hate the Cowboys. The hated Cowboys. Kendall Fuller leads the league in picks, top 5 corner this year. Kendall Fuller is a monster. Not a monster, but he's played really well, and he's gotten a lot of interceptions. Those are nice. What has he got? 4 on the year, I think, so far? Awesome. No, I was just saying, Chris, you said they don't throw to his side. I just brought up one example. That's it. Jerry Jones is probably contemplating life right now. Yeah, right? He thought he had a freaking Super Bowl contender team. Now they just lost to the 1-5 Redskins. Bad. Jerry Jones is probably... No, sorry. I don't hate the guy, LOL. He plays fine, bro. Calm down. I know, right? Chris is ready to fight us over Cameron Curl, my man. He is ready to fight us. He is loving Cameron Curl. Good. Hey, I don't hate him. That's funny. Cameron Curl is less than LaRon Landry. Big arm Landry, right? Huge, never skip a bicep day Landry. Sorry, no skins player makes Pro Bowl this year. All right, no, hold on. Montez Sweat should make the Pro Bowl. Our punter should make the Pro Bowl. Terry McLaurin, we may not be able to get him the ball enough to make the Pro Bowl, so that might be fair, but McLaurin could make the Pro Bowl. All right, so I think there's 3, and then Chase Young may show something enough, which would be cool. Let's see here. Yeah, he's not perfect. Who is? And he's not the best. He's a rookie, and he will build. It's a reason why you starting to see him more. And DeShazer Everett has been very good as well in coverage, and he can hit. Exactly. All right, we're on the same page. That's fine. You just believe him in a little more than us. That's cool. No worries. Is Kyle Allen better than Andy Dalton? LOL. What's y'all opinion? Right now, it's no doubt. Right. I mean, was Andy Dalton in his prime per se better than Kyle Allen? I believe so. But right now, there's no doubt. I mean, Dalton has looked garbage. Awesome Swords, what's up, man? Welcome back. I'm pretty sure I've seen you before, so welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you subscribed. But yes, what is up, my man? Skins won. That's what's up. 25-3. A blowout win, man. Blowout win. That's huge. He's most definitely better than Landry in all aspects of the game. Not in biceps. Not Mr. Never Skip Bicep Day, okay? He's got the great biceps. Yeah, he is better than DeShazer Everett. He can cover better. Yep. Chase Young might, and Kendall Fuller could too. Also, don't sleep on Nick Sundberg. Oh, yeah, as a long snapper. That's true, too. I can tell you who's not making the Pro Bowl. Fucking Dustin Hopkins. Oh, excuse my language. I've been pretty good about not cursing, but yeah. Dustin Hopkins. He ain't making no Pro Bowl. Terry McLaurin will make the Pro Bowl. He has 500 plus receiving, and he'll have well over 1,000 yards. He will be a Pro Bowler. Kendall Fuller will be a Pro Bowler. Montez will be a Pro Bowler. Trust Way, that's 3 Pro Bowlers. Yep. Terry McLaurin, I believe, should be. Just depends on if we get him the ball enough, but I think he's great. But let's see. Let's just think about it this way. Okay, in our conference, Adams probably makes a Pro Bowl. Michael Thomas hasn't really played a lot, so he may not make it. We have Julio in our conference. We have DeAndre Hopkins in our conference. We have Calvin Ridley in our conference. Who else has been pretty good in our conference at receiver? Robbie Anderson's having a really good year this year. You know, of course you have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin down there. Those guys can make the Pro Bowl. You have a lot of big names in the NFC that could potentially kick out Terry McLaurin. So he's really got to show up big to potentially make the Pro. Oh, you also have the freaking DK Metcalf, who everybody loves. Tyler Lockett has been really, really good. So there's a lot of names in this conference, dude. And yeah, in this side of the ball, where making the Pro Bowl could be tough. But he has a chance. It's just there's a lot of big names out there that could potentially take it from him. Landry's way better hitter, though. Yeah, he was huge, dude. He can hit, but that's it. The heck, what was good is that? Remember, have to be top 2 at the position usually to make the Pro Bowl. Your lists are alternates, just not quite good enough. I think that's not true. I think receivers can be more than 2. I'm pretty sure there's 4 or 5 receivers on a Pro Bowl team. But I think because there's also all pro, right? I think it's the top 2 could make the all pro team, and then there's the ones that are not quite all pro, but they're Pro Bowl caliber. All pro, I think, is you have to be top 2 at your position. I was just saying since we're comparing him to Landry. Yep. Hopefully Curl doesn't end up like Sua Craven's career. Okay, no. He's not Sua Craven's. He's not Sua Craven's a nutcase. He retired at age 22 or something like that. No. Sua never played well with us. Stop comparing Cameron Curl to scrubs who show promise. No, hold on. I don't completely agree with that. Sua showed some promise as a rookie. Sua showed he was supposed to be our starting safety the next season, and he showed us that he could play some ball. He had that pick to ice the game against the Giants. Sua Cravens did not play bad here, and he showed just as much promise, if not more promise, than Cameron Curl. The problem is that he has a nut job that just wanted to retire after 1 season. That's not retiring. That's quitting. You know, if I work for somewhere 2 years, I don't say, oh, I'm retiring from this establishment. No, I quit. So you don't quit after 1 season. It is 6 Pro Bowl receivers. Yeah, I figured it was more than 2. But yeah, to make the all-pro team, I think is probably the top 2. But you also got to remember, Chris, freaking Pro Bowl is a popularity contest. People know a lot more about DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, even Calvin Ridley. They know a lot more about Devontae Adams. They know a lot more about Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. It's a popularity contest, and he has a chance. He's right in the mix, and I think he's as good as he could be just as good as any of those guys, minus probably Julio and DeAndre. I think he could be right up there with the other one, especially in the NFC. But it's gonna be tough. But I think he can do it. Sua showed promise. Oh, the fuck! I believe he had mental issues with close family member death, I believe. I don't know if there was a family death. I don't remember, but he wanted to retire after 1 year. It was bad. But Reed Doughty and DJ Swearinger truly were better. They weren't scrubs. DJ Swearinger was not a scrub while he was here. That's a fact. He only got kicked off the team because he couldn't stop running his mouth. Reed Doughty, I don't remember being that great, but DJ Swearinger was not bad. But Terry will be a Pro Bowl down in his career. Trust me. Yeah, he will be a Pro Bowl receiver eventually. All those receivers you mentioned have Hall of Fame, Hall of Fans QBs. Terry doesn't, and he's putting up the same numbers they're putting up. Okay. All-Pro is top guy across the league, both conferences. A few positions have 2 All-Pro. Reed Doughty were trash and offers. All-Pro is the top guy across the league, both conferences. A few positions have 2 All-Pro, 2 offensive guards, 2 offensive tackles, 2 receivers, etc. 1 QB, 1 RB, 1 punter and 1 kicker. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Yeah, all right, we're on the same page. Reed Doughty was awful. Yeah, I don't remember him being any good. I wish we still had DJ. Would have helped with the DB plays. It's interesting. DJ was not as bad. He was worse than Adam Archuleta. Yeah. Pro Bowl is basically fan favorites. Exactly. I completely agree. Because that's exactly what it is. Anybody can vote on it. Mike Pryor, yeah, that's my point. We haven't had a whole lot of great safeties. That's why we should be honest with ourselves about Curl. You know, hey, if Curl can turn into a starter, even if he's not a Pro Bowl type player, if he's a starter on your team, that's freaking huge as a 7th round pick. That's unbelievable, you know? Cameron Curl is a good safety out of all the rookie safeties in the NFL. The only rookie safety that's better than him is Antoine Winfield. Well, Antoine Winfield is not. I guess you're saying he had a better rookie season. Terry, if healthy, will make at least 5 Pro Bowls in career. I can see that for sure. Chris, I love your confidence, I think he meant to say, but they're a little bit too high. I know. Chris ain't afraid to go bold. Let me tell you. Chris is not afraid to go bold. He will put it out there, man. He loves it, dude. He loves it. And, hey, I love his confidence too, man. I want him to be right about every prediction he ever makes. Okay? Every single prediction he makes, I am on board with as far as what I want to happen. But yeah, no, I agree that Chris can go a little hamsky ham where he can go over the top, but that's all good. I see. Oh, I'm not hating on him. No, Antoine Winfield Jr.'s son is a rookie safety this year with the Bucks, and he's balling out. Oh, cool. Antoine Winfield's son is in the league? How old is Antoine Winfield? I thought Antoine Winfield was still in the league. He's out of the league now? He's a former corner, 14 years. When did he retire? Oh, God, he retired a long-ass time ago. Good grief. Long time ago. 2012. Why did I think he was still in the league? I thought he went to, like... Get him confused with somebody else, clearly. But, okay, so how old is he, Antoine Winfield? Is 43. Okay, so him having a... Yeah, if he had a son at 20 years old, that puts his son at 23. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah, he's 22 right now. So, yeah, he had his first son when he was 21. That makes sense. That makes sense. Same, I want him to be right too. Exactly, Anthony. Exactly. Mike Pryor, Terry could be better than Randall L. He's already looking better, honestly. Could be our next Art Monk. I compare Terry McLaurin to Antonio Gibson. No, sorry, Antonio Brown. I think he could be Antonio Brown without the nutcase of a person that he is. But I think that that's the kind of talent he is. He's around the same height. I think he actually, Brown's a little shorter, a little bit smaller, but they have great speed, great route running, great hands. I think that he could be Antonio Brown without the nutcase. That's what I think he could be. I think he's fantastic. Yeah, Winfield Jr. is balling out with the Bucs, looking like he should have went in the late first round. What round did he go in? I don't know this situation. I know this is random, but does it bother anyone else that our helmets have yellow numbers and look awful? I don't hate our helmets. Obviously, I miss the Redskins logo, but I don't hate our offense. I don't hate our helmets. Mike Pryor's pissing me off with these comments. Terry is better than Randall L. Yeah, I think comparing him to Randall L was a little bit ridiculous, Mike. I kind of agree, to be honest. I agree with that one. I think he could be as good as Antonio Brown, not Randall L. He's ticking me off with these comments. Oh, shoot. Could never be stopped mentioning him with players who aren't on his level at all. He doesn't run routes better. Oh, Collins is out with an Achilles. Ouch. Well, there goes all the trade value for Landon Collins, and now we're paying somebody else a bunch of money not to play. Awesome. Art Monk, that's a very high bar considering Monk is a Hall of Famer. Yeah, no, Terry McLaurin is a receiver. Like, if Terry McLaurin played back in the 80s, I mean, he's probably faster than just about anybody on the field, better in every way. So, yeah, he's that kind of talent. He's really, really good. Get in and out of breaks better, and he's never been a number one or had number one skill. He's not Antoine Randall L. That's hilarious. Like, not comparable. He's better. Way better. Antonio Randall L. should not be in this conversation. Yeah, out for the year. That sucks for Anthony. Sucks. Bro, I've been watching the Skins for like 15 years. Don't test me. I know my Skins. Everyone's been saying you're the one with ridiculous curl takes. Now we're getting an argument. Yeah. I think he can be better than AB. He is faster and all other stuff. He is better than AB. Yeah, well, AB was a freaking... Nobody worked harder than AB when it came to going to practice and working on his craft. You know, he's one of the best at keeping his feet in bounds on the out-of-bounds catches. He can catch better than just about anybody. He probably caught 1,000 balls a day or something crazy. Like, he worked his butt off, Antonio Brown did. Super quick in and out of his breaks. Super just crisp route running from Antonio Brown. Like, Antonio Brown was one of the best for a while for a reason, and it's because he was that good. He was a talented dude that worked harder than just about anybody. And McLaurin has that kind of head on his shoulders. He will work. He will do his darndest to be the best receiver on the field. So, good for... I hope Terry McLaurin can be compared to Brown. Yes, he's a little bit faster. Yes, he's a little bit bigger, but he's still got some work to do to get on Antonio Brown's level. He's fantastic. High second round, I think. For Winfield Jr. Okay, that's cool. My takes aren't ridiculous. Ridiculous is a little harsh, but your takes are definitely bold. Your takes are bold. Okay? Calling Cameron Curl a 7th round draft pick, a Pro Bowler, especially this year, that's bold. That's bold. He was second round. Okay. Talking about Winfield Jr. Okay, part of the time I'm making up random comparisons, but deep down I know for real Terry's a legit. Trust me, I've been knowing he's a star. Yep. And now Cameron Curl will show y'all even more of what he's made of now that Landon is out. Hey, I hope Oh, I agree with you now, Mike Pryor, with that. He is a star. Absolutely. Terry's a beast. Anthony Johnson, we shall see. He mostly be in the box. Yeah, he is a strong safety, Cameron Curl. I don't think he's a free safety. I don't know why everybody's arguing. It's not that serious. It's because it's sports, man. We love to argue. Get in there, man. Get in there and throw some jabs. And I'll admit, I only FW Randall L. I only messed with Randall L because he was an absolute beast on Madden 2008 with us. Yeah, we're just messing around. I love him because he was a beast on Madden 08. That's hilarious. Madden 10 was my Madden that I really got into. I played with the Chargers back when Darren Sproles was a monster. And I also sat LaDainian Tomlinson because he wasn't as fast as the backup. The backup is making drawing a blank. But the backup had like 95 speed compared to LaDainian Tomlinson's 92. So I'd actually bench LaDainian for the other guy. And but yeah, I loved the Chargers in Madden 2010. The one with Larry Fitz and Troy Polamalu on the front. Cameron Curl is everywhere, not just in the box. You can move him around. That's what they do. But just watch Cameron Curl next game against the Giants. Well, you also got to look at AB, had in a Hall of Fame QB, good line, wide receiver, help, and the best back in the game back then. Hold up. I know that Big Ben's a beast. I know that Le'Veon Bell was a monster. But you cannot take away from what Antonio Brown was able to do. The dude got mad separation. The dude caught it over everybody. The dude beat everybody that you lined up in front of him. Antonio Brown was an absolute phenom by himself. Okay? Yes, he had great things around him to make him the number one receiver statistically in the league year in and year out. But there's a reason he was number one. It's not like Mike Thomas situation where I think Mike Thomas is more built on the system. I honestly think that Antonio Brown, it was just a monster within himself. He was a beast. I'm saying Cameron Curl will be a Pro Bowler in the future, not this year. Oh, okay. I thought you said that you thought he was going to be a Pro Bowler this year. But hey, I'll take him in the future years. That'd be awesome. Not taking anything from Terry. So glad he's in DC, only halfway through the second year. If he continues on his upward trend, he will be one of the greatest Skins receivers ever. Agreed. We get a bye week, so Cameron Curl will be even more prepared, so you guys just watch. I'm all for it, man. Madden 06 Ray Lewis with the new hit stick feature. Yeah, I was only 13 when that Madden came out. Forget one of the greatest Skins ever. He'll be one of the top receivers in the entire league. Let's not forget about Gibson's potential. He looked way better. Hey, Gibson had a fantastic day. 128 yards on the ground for Gibson. That's outstanding. I love to see that. On 20 carries at that, that's over 6 yards a carry the man had. That's, it was against a really bad run defense, though. So he's got to show it against a little bit better run defense. Like the Giants. Giants have a really good run defense. They have a defensive line that's built to stop the run. And they also have Martinez at linebacker that eats everything up. So he's got to show it against a better team than the Cowboys. But hey, I'm so glad he finally got his first 100-yard game. Finally showed us something, and I love it. Excuse me. Yeah, I think once we get a O-line, Gibson is McCaffrey 2.0. I stand by that. He's faster and maybe bigger. Yeah. McCaffrey's just a monster, though. But I think Gibson can be that kind of player. McCaffrey, though, has the IQ. He's everything you want. He's got speed. He's got route running. He's got good vision. He's a true running back, where Gibson's still learning a lot of that. But I think I don't see why he couldn't learn that stuff. But he's still got a little ways to go to compare to McCaffrey, to be honest. I'm not taking away what AB was able to do, but teams are just have to worry about Terry only But with AB, they had to worry about other players. I agree, AB was one of the best in the game. And remember, Gibson is still learning the possession. Exactly. He's learning. Yeah. I can see your point. And as I said, I think his team is what got him to the number one stats, right? That helps you get to that number one spot in statistical things. But you also, in order to get to number one, you have to have some talent. And I think he had above and beyond a lot of talent than other guys have. You know, like he probably doesn't have as much talent as like, let's compare him to like Julio. Julio probably has a little bit more talent because he's taller, much taller, faster, because I think Julio ran a 4.3 40 as well. So when you compare him to somebody like that, all right, he's not quite there, but he's on like the level of like Odell Beckham or Michael Thomas. I think he's better than Michael Thomas, to be honest. But Odell Beckham is a good comparison to. I think because they're similar size, similar build, and you can see that they need to have true skills to beat who they're playing. But no, I just think Antonio Brown is a monster. I think Bucs locker room may blow up with all these big egos. Brady, Gronk, Evans, Fournette, Sue, and add AB. Hey, man, you got the Zen Master and Tom Brady, dude. He will get everybody in there doing their own jobs. You know, do what your job is. I think if we get Trey Lance type of QB, Antonio Gibson would exceed McCaffrey because of the dual threat. That's what made McCaffrey so great in the beginning, as well as because you also have to account for Cam. Yeah, having to account for Cam definitely helps you in your run game, but even when they lost Cam, he was still a monster out of the backfield for Carolina with Kyle Allen, okay? McCaffrey's a beast. Yeah, I agree with what you said, Tim, so I believe we're on the same page about Terry to AB. Cool. As far as catching ability, Gibson is better than McCaffrey because he's actually has more receiver experience, and he played receiver in college and had a tad of running back at times. Christopher. McCaffrey had like 120 catches last year or something like 115 catches or something like that. McCaffrey can catch. Gibson can catch too. But McCaffrey had like, what did McCaffrey have last year? 115, 100 something. See. Where is it? 116 receptions last year and 107 the year before. McCaffrey can catch. Why did we cut AP and not Barber? I think we cut AP because Barber's younger, okay? And we are a building team. So we wanted to see what we could do with Antonio Gibson because we really liked him in camp. We liked J.D. McKissick out of the big backfield. And so we wanted to start those two guys. When you have Adrian Peterson, he basically demands carries. He demands getting the ball, right? And when the Saints attempted to keep him off the field because they had Ingram and they had Kamara, and so they were like, okay, well, we have these younger guys that can play, and we want to keep those guys, and we want you as a spell. You saw what happened with him on the sidelines. He's like, give me the ball. So I think we actually helped him. We did a high-class move in saying, look, we want to move on with these young guys. Adrian, we want you to go get carries somewhere else. We don't want to hold up the end of your career by putting you on the bench. So we are giving you an out, and you can go play somewhere else. Because honestly, we want to move on with some younger guys, right? And that's actually the high-class move that somebody like Ron Rivera will make. That it's like, I don't want to keep you hostage, okay? I don't want to keep you on here and not use you and just waste away the end of your career. Go ahead, see where you can get some carries, see where you can get some touches, and go finish your career strong. Right now, I know that we're not going to do much this year. I want to build this team young, and that's why we got rid of Adrian Peterson. Anthony Johnson, Gibson also have to stay healthy because Christian McCaffrey would play literally almost every play on offense. Yeah, he plays all the time, first, second, and third down. It did worry me today that we almost let Pollard take it back for a TD on a kick return. Hopkins ran away like a little. That's funny. Yeah, no, I don't like the fact that I'm not the biggest Hopkins fans anymore. We need a new kicker for sure. I'm not saying McCaffrey can't catch. I'm just saying Gibson is a better catcher due to the fact that he has more experience at receiver and he knows how to run routes. I mean, yes, he played receiver technically speaking, but he didn't have a lot of catches, so he didn't really have more experience like you're saying. I think he only had like 50 catches his senior year. I think Christian McCaffrey had probably way more catches at Stanford than Gibson had at Memphis. College stats. Receiving. 45 catches his second year and 37 catches his senior year. Let's look at Antonio Gibson. College stats. Gibson had 38 catches. So they basically had the same amount of catches in college. In their senior year. I think I just said McCaffrey had 37, right? McCaffrey had 37. Yeah, Gibson had 38. And then he also had 45 in his sophomore year, where the year before Gibson only had 6. So there you go. Billy D, long way to go before putting Terry in the same conversation as Rice, T.O., Moss, and Fitzgerald. Yeah, he's not in that conversation at all. Younger and probably cheaper, but Barber didn't do bad today with the touches he got, and I think he is better catcher than AP. Barber is also cheaper, I'm pretty sure. Gibson is a durable back thus far. We have RB by committee, which keeps him fresh. J.D. McKissick is a pretty good and fast. Yep. In my mind, Mitchell Wasmus, what's up, man? In my mind, it's because Barber serves the same purpose, and we want to play the young, new guy with AP. He would want to be the number one. There you go. I agree. We don't need AP. Doesn't fit the new system. I think AP could do anything he put his mind to. And with AP on the field, the other teams would just load the box, and our O-line isn't that good to develop a great play action call. Rivera is a straight up guy. Also removed the ping pong tables from the locker room right away. Gruden would be in there playing with them, LOL. Yeah, Gruden instead benches AP game 1. Rivera's like, hey, you know what? We know that you want to end your career strong. Here's an opportunity. Go sign with another team and see what happens. Here the Redskins. The Cow, got their crap lit up today. They really did. It was fun to watch, man. 25-3. When's the last? I mean, golly. I guess it was Tampa Bay last year. We held them to 3 points, but it wasn't the same way. They they had 500 yards of offense. So, what's up, Matt? Welcome to the channel, Matt2525. I have not seen you before, so welcome to the channel. Hopefully, we earn a sub from you. Don't get too excited, Washington fans. Dallas is really bad this year. They are really, really bad. Why don't we trade Ryan Anderson if we don't use him? He's a solid player. What's up, Doug Muse? Welcome to the channel. I've not seen you before. Welcome. Hopefully, we earn a sub from you. But I would not mind trading Ryan Anderson. I completely agree. I just don't know what the market is out there for him. We do only bring him in to spell Montez Sweat and Chase Young, just like we do with Ryan Kerrigan. But yeah, if we can somehow move Ryan Anderson to get some capital for him, that would be awesome if we can do that. Was a smart move to let All Day go at the time. Now, with as bad as the division is, and the fact that 6 or 7 wins takes the division, wish we had Peterson back. Hey, having Peterson on your team is not a bad thing. It's just, I've explained it now a couple times. Mitchell Wassman, wow, you keep these streams going. I had time to run a few errands and listen to the stream while I drive. I love it. Thanks, Mitchell Wassman. Yeah, hey, if I have people commenting and answering, I'm here, man. I'm having fun too. Billy D, do you mean Santana or Randy? One's not like the other. That's hilarious. Anthony Johnson, Chris, with another high statement, but I love the confidence and hope he becomes basically CMC. Exactly, with another high statement. For sure. Who will replace John Bostic while he is on his suspension? Cole Holcomb, man. Cole Holcomb will be our middle linebacker. That's exactly where he'll play. Cole Holcomb. We still have like Sean Deion Hamilton. We have a couple of other options, but my pick for middle linebacker is Cole Holcomb. Ryan Anderson is not going to replace John Bostic. John Bostic plays middle linebacker. Ryan Anderson is now a defensive end for us. Don't get too excited, Washington fans. Oh, yep, I just read that one earlier. Handle the Redskins. Do you see Trayvon Diggs punch McLaurin in the next play right after Terry McLaurin lit his butt up? Yeah, that's right. That was fantastic. Yeah, you see them fighting, and then the next play, freaking 52-yard bomb. Eat that, Diggs. Eat that. That's awesome. I don't care who replaces Bostic. Hey, maybe it's a good time to start Khaleke Hudson right there. Anything would be better than Bostic. Yeah, I would like to see Cole Holcomb as our middle linebacker, and Khaleke might be interesting as an outside linebacker where he can kind of play in that slot position, maybe guard some tight ends. But yeah, Khaleke Hudson's not going to be your middle linebacker, and that's where John Bostic was your middle linebacker. So yeah, I would like to see. I like Cole Holcomb in the middle linebacker. Cole Holcomb should get NFC Defensive Player of the Week. That I don't know what other defensive players are in that conversation, to be honest, but Cole Holcomb was fantastic today. I loved what I saw out of him. Oh, and then DRG, I have not seen you before. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully earned a sub from you. But yes, thanks for commenting. Thanks for stopping by. And hey, hang out with us and talk some football, man. Thanks for joining. Anthony Johnson. Anderson is mostly a linebacker pass rusher, not a D end. And now I'm excited because all Cowboy fan came at me this whole week talking, we don't need Dak to blow y'all out. Instead, we blow him out. Didn't we, Anthony? We blew him out. It's fun to watch. Chris, what do we got? I haven't read it yet, but hey, who was it earlier? I think it was Mike. Yeah, Mike. Let's see what he has to say, Mike. If we would have put Cole Holcomb in week 1, he would be a Pro Bowler. There he goes again. I love Cole Holcomb, though. He's 105 tackles last year. I didn't even know it. I knew I liked him. I knew that I wanted him on the field, but I didn't even realize how good he was. 105 tackles. There might be an argument that he should have been a Pro Bowler last season, man. Cole Holcomb has been a starter now. He and Bostic was in the middle today. Yeah, no, I love Cole Holcomb as the starter. Do you think we can win the next 3? Giants, Lions, and Bengals, and don't forget the next 4, the Cowboys right after that. We can definitely win all 4 of those games. Will we? I think it's probably going to be more. If I'm being honest, I think we will go. If I'm being honest, I think we'll go 2-2, but we have a chance to win all 4 of those games, definitely, and I hope we at least get 3-1 out of it. That sets us up for a real chance to win this division with how bad the Cowboys are. If we could beat the Giants, that's huge, and then we have the Eagles last game of the season. If we can somehow beat those guys, that'd be awesome. Where we at? Where's Jeff at? That's right. Where's Jeff? Jeff hasn't stopped by yet. Jeff hasn't stopped by to talk some smack yet. We need Jeff back. Chris, so happy that now our defensive line is lineup is now just the way I wanted it. Every player I wanted is in now. Watch us take off defensively. I'm all for it, dude. I hope Chris is the mind. Chris is the puppet master. Making all the moves. Anthony Johnson, Cole Holcomb is blazing fast. Yeah, I think he ran a 4.45 or something like that in his pro day. Yeah, for a 250 or 245 pound linebacker, the dude can move. It's awesome. We will win the next three. My bold prediction. Hey, I hope we win the next 4. DRG. Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. Yes, exactly. Thanksgiving Day we play the Cowboys. Mike Pryor. Darby has been solid too. Darby hasn't been playing bad. He's not fantastic, but he hasn't been playing bad. So if we can get corners out of Kendall Fuller, Ronald Darby, Fabian Moreau, Jimmy Moreland, if we can get these guys keep progressing, keep moving up, keep being good, that's an awesome secondary. Or awesome cornerback room, I should say. Hey, Tim, we should start doing bold predictions every week. I'm for it. When we'll do bold predictions on skins in the game. I'll talk to my dad about it and tell him to bring some bold predictions on skins in the game. And I'll tell everybody that's watching right now, I do a show every Wednesday night called Skins in the Game with my dad. We go ahead and go over what happened in the game the week prior, and then we go into what's going on in the next week. And we will also continue that all year round, talking all sorts of sports, local sports, countrywide sports, worldwide sports, who knows, depending on what we find to talk about. But that's what we're doing through the season, is talking about what happened last game and then what we're going to do the next game. So join us 7 o'clock live on this channel. Subscribe, hit the notifications to let us know, or to let you know when we go live. And yes, I like that idea. We could do some bold predictions, and you can join us and make your own bold predictions. And I will go ahead and write them down after during the skins in the game, and write down who said it. And then who knows? We'll do it for bragging rights now, but maybe something down the road we could do something more fun. Mike Pryor, notice no one getting burned now that Apke is off the field and Norman is no longer on the team. We had no really big plays today, and that was one of my keys to the game to beat the Cowboys. Bend, don't break. I wrote down here, what could kill us is 2 touchdowns, 50-plus yards, right? CeeDee Lamb has a 75-yard touchdown. Amari Cooper has a 60-yard touchdown. We had none of that today. That's huge. And yes, not having Troy Apke back there definitely helps, because he takes horrible angles, horrible reading of the quarterback. It's not good coming from Apke. Definitely agree. DRG, I think we could go 3-1 and losing to the Lions. Yep, that would be the toughest matchup. But don't sleep on the Bengals, all right? They're not winning games, but they are a good offensive team. And their defense sucks, but you never know. You never know with those Bengals. They're solid, and I love what I'm seeing from Joe Burrow. I hope we beat Dallas on Thanksgiving. My mother-in-law is a Cowboys fan, and I'm going to be there at their house for the game. Nice. I love it. Always a good time to talk smack with Cowboy fans, man. Darby has been all right on a 1-year deal to be pretty solid. I can agree with that. That was from Chris. Anthony Johnson, yeah, I would love to do bold predictions every week. I wouldn't mind being back Darby. Oh, bringing back. Sorry, I wouldn't mind bringing back Darby. Yeah, that wouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, definitely join us for Skins in the Game, and we'll all make some bold predictions after the show. Towards the end of the show, I'll have my dad in on it too. Mike Pryor, all my recent Thanksgiving memories are watching the Skins get blown out at Jerry World on national TV. It's seriously sad. We beat them in 2012, right? That was a freaking long time ago, but we only play the Cowboys on Thanksgiving every so often, and we won that game against the Giants on Thanksgiving night when we played them there. I don't know if you can see that over there. That's from this one over here. That's from the Thanksgiving game. I went to that game where that was our only home Thanksgiving Day game. I said 11/23/2017. Me and a buddy of mine went to that game. It was pretty cool. All-time record now between Dallas and Washington is 73-46. You guys are catching up, LOL. Congrats, Washington. Enjoy it. The East is the weakest division in the league by far. That's the truth. That is the truth. I guess Matt's a Cowboy fan. Well, welcome to the channel, Matt. Hopefully you join us. I do more than just Skins talk. We also go live after every Sunday night game, Monday night game, and Thursday night game. So, and we talk about that game as well. So join us there and have some fun talking some football. Chris, I'm here all the time. I try not to miss a show. Thanks, Chris. It's awesome that, we're just getting started, but yeah, having fans, or if you call them fans, or having people that enjoy the show and want to be here and talk some football with us is always fun, and it's cool when you're just getting started to have people like you. So I really appreciate it, Chris. Mike Pryor, it's no longer Tuesday night. No, we switched to Wednesday night because I found it hard to watch, get all the the prep ready because I like to rewatch the game, and going live on Monday nights, going live on Sunday nights, it's hard to find time for me to rewatch the game. So now I've kind of dedicated Tuesday night to go ahead and really rewatch the game, slow it down, rewind, try to figure out what happened on key plays. Speaking of which, before we leave today, I want you guys to give me some key plays that you think that I should break down and kind of go over. I'm not going to go over every single one of them, but maybe 2 or 3 of them I can break down and really go over what happened on those particular plays, why they failed, why they succeeded, what happened, what really went down. So I want you guys to do that for me before I leave for this game. But I do that on Tuesdays now. Failed 2-point conversion. Again, another failed 2-point conversion. Yes. I'll go over that one. $31-17 is what we will do to the Giants. I love it. I hope you're right. Mike Pryor, 31-3. I like it even better. Apke is a good special teams player. Hawk down Tony on that kickoff. Yes. He's got some speed, man. Apke's got some real speed, so I'm glad to have him on special teams. I remember exactly that play, thinking about that. That was huge. I'm worried about Hopkins missing all these kicks. We might have some close games where we need him. Completely agree, DRG. It's a really big it's a really big problem. And Tim, hey, guess what? The reason no big plays, no Landon back there, DeShazer Everett back there running around, making strong plays on the ball, and Kendall Fuller is a beast locking down his receiver. Hey, man, Landon Collins has been a problem this year. There's no doubt about it, especially in coverage. And when he got dusted by Daniel Jones, that was the final straw for me. That was the final straw. Can't get dusted by Daniel Jones. That towel's dope. Thanks, man. Yep, it was a cool day to go to that game. Been to a lot of games. Hopkins need to go because he could cost us a game if it ever comes down to a field goal kicker. He lost us against the Giants. It wasn't the end of the game kick, but we lost by 1 when we miss a field goal. That's already huge. He's already cost us 1, and against a bad team that we needed to beat. All of a sudden now we would be 3-4, and who knows what would happen at 3-4. That was bad, man. Feels bad. Yeah, Hopkins needs to practice kicking all week and during the bye week from all different yards and do what Kobe did, won't leave until he makes 1,000. I like that. That's a great idea. Skins will rock the Giants. Expect at least a double-digit score separation. My bold prediction is Danny Dimes gets knocked out of the game. Skins are notoriously huge at injuring other players. A dub is a dub, Matt. That's right. I'm a football fan, but yes, I like Dallas, unfortunately. Well, hey, join us for the Sunday night streams and the Monday night streams and the Thursday night streams as well. Shoot, join us for Skins in the Game. We wouldn't mind some trash talking and some seeing what the other side's thinking, especially on Dallas week. I could see 31-3, to be honest, because we will want our revenge against the Giants, plus that bye week will keep us fresh, and the Giants won't be fresh, so we can come in and ramrod them. I'm all for it, man. It was one of the only things that didn't go right, along with the failed 4th and goal. Yeah, the failed 4th and goal. Two-point conversion was failed because Logan Thomas dropped a perfect pass that hit him in the numbers. Yep. That happened. Yeah, Logan should have caught that, and Landon Collins was in the box most of the game. Yep. Landon Collins forced that fumble today. That got us the safety. He was good today. Well, that was a great play, but And he needed something after getting dusted by Jones. Let me tell you, he was bad on that play, really bad. Tomorrow we will finally get the TV time we deserve. They can finally get us some real good recognition for a change. I don't understand what you mean. LOL, it's going to be the first topic on Undisputed. And it will be home and not away game. Yep, that's true. Maybe some fans in the stands, too. That's where Landon needs to be, in the box at linebacker. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. Same here, Chris. I've been saying that since we got him. Yeah, he's in the box guy. But when we got him, that's what he was, that was kind of the knock on him. Why do you hate Max Kellerman? First of all, it's the show that puts him in this situation, right? Because the show is set up where they will not actually say what they believe. They just say, here's a side, you have to defend this side, and here's your side, you have to defend this side, right? That's what Stephen A. and Skip used to do, and now that's what him and Max Kellerman used to do. But he just grinds my gears with every take he has is such garbage. But the final straw that I said, I am never watching you again, was who's more important to their team? Pat Mahomes or Bill Belichick? If any of you say Pat Mahomes, I'm going to slap you in the face. It's not even a question who's more important to their team. It's not even remotely close. Okay, you have one of the best coaches ever, if not the best coach ever. Been to 9 Super Bowls, won 6, and even when he lost his freaking starting quarterback, he went 3-1 once without him and 11-5 the other year without him. Only missed the playoffs that year because the Dolphins and the Jets decided to also both go 11-5 and knocked him out of the playoffs. He could have won another Super Bowl, been to 10 even without Tom Brady, okay? He is the best coach of all time, and that was the final straw. I'm like, this is ridiculous. How dare you say Pat Mahomes? I love Pat Mahomes. He's my favorite quarterback in the league right now, but nobody is more important to a team, organization, or the NFL than Bill Belichick, okay? That was the final straw. But there's so many other takes that you can watch that it's just everything he says just really irritates the bejesus out of me. And, I like Stephen A. way more, even though he could do some things similar. But at least I understand Stephen A. where he's coming up from more. I think Max Kellerman is just a joke, an idiot, and he disgusts me. All right, that's my take on Max Kellerman. Chris, the media will talk about us tomorrow on Undisputed and ESPN First Take. That's true. They said there will be around 8,000 fans for the next game, same as the Ravens. Yeah, about 10% of the stadium they said could be full. Max Kellerman's horrible, same as Holly. Yeah, they're both hot garbage. Stupid Giants fans. We should do a meetup at the Giants game in 2 weeks, like meet during halftime, and we can all slam a beer together. That'd be fun. Probably not in 2 weeks. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't hate your idea, but maybe next season we'll try to do a meetup or something. Not because I'm scared of COVID or anything, but the tickets are probably going to be super expensive since there's only 8,000, and I don't necessarily have a whole bunch of money right now. We're on a debt-free journey, and we can't be spending a whole bunch of money like that, so I probably can't make it to games this year. And I also want to try to get to 1,000 subscribers before I go to a live game, because 1,000 subscribers, they will allow me to do mobile streaming, so I'll be able to go live after the game with my phone, which will be cool. But until then, I can't go live after the game, and I want to go live after the games and talk to you guys. So I probably won't be able to go to any games this year because I want to run this channel. So I love that idea. I think it'd be fun to meet up with some Redskins fans, talk some smack and have a good time and talk football. That'd be awesome. And slam a beer. I'm fine with that too. But it probably won't be this year, but I don't mind that idea at all, Mike. Stick around for a year and we may be able to pull something off like that. That'd be great. Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith are terrible. They ask for the Skins to change the name. They get mad when they can't rebrand in a month. So stupid. Yeah, that's another take. Yeah, the stupid Redskins take. I don't want to get... I don't run a political sports talk for a reason, right? Or a political talk. I want to talk sports. I want to talk football. And a lot of times you listen to freaking Max Kellerman or something, and it's just such a stupid, weird take that's also a politically motivated take at the same time. And, like, it's just, constant, what's the word? I can't think of the right word. Constant virtue signaling, it's just everything about Max I just can't stand. That's it. It sucks. ESPN wasn't. Sorry, where are we at? They had to say that though. DRG, yeah, for real. ESPN wasn't going to let anyone defend the Redskins' name. That's true, but I think he honestly believes what he says on that take. Landon Collins has suffered a torn ACL and will end his season. Now it's time to call up Eric Reed. Eric Reed is an interesting call up. And because Ron Rivera signed him in Carolina, so I'm not actually upset about signing Eric Reed potentially. But I thought somebody said earlier it was his Achilles. I didn't know it was ACL. But yeah, I thought he was reaching for his ankle more. So was it ACL or Achilles? I think you might be wrong about the ACL. But either way, it's season ending, and it's very unfortunate. I tell you, whenever we get a new name, it should be the Red Wolves. Period. I'm right there with you. I love the Red Wolves name. I'm on board with the Red Wolves, and I want to make. I should make a video, like a specific video, like kind of selling the Red Wolves. But I'll tell you right now that why I like the Red Wolves. First and foremost, we can keep HTTR instead of Hail to the Redskins. It'll be Howl to the Red Wolves. We can keep the song. We can change just a few lyrics, and it could be Howl to the Red Wolves. You know, it could be the same deal for the Skins there. Calling the stadium the Den, calling the fan base the Wolf Pack, howling at the stadium whenever they score. That could be a fun fan experience. Wolves are just an awesome animal in general. They run in a pack, so it's like team. It's like a team atmosphere with a wolf. The idea of the wolf. You can keep your colors, the burgundy and gold, with Red Wolves. Also, Red Wolves were a local to this area in the past. They've spanned all the way from Texas to Pennsylvania. Now they've kind of been endangered, and now they're in the North Carolina and South Carolina mountain regions, but they have been native to this area before in the past. But you also get PETA points by, supporting an endangered animal, endangered species. You can bring attention to that endangered species. You can raise money for that species. So there's a lot of good stuff. The uniforms are awesome. That use a lot of cool designs that you can make with wolves. Like you have the W instead of the Capitol building, you can have a wolf mouth. You can keep the Redskins logo, like the Redskins are, but instead of having a feather, you make that a wolf tail. There's so much cool stuff there that I really, really enjoy, and I do have kind of an idea of maybe making a video that kind of tries to sell this more, and maybe we can get that trending or something where maybe they can see it and see what all the cool things, like all the marketing you could do around a Red Wolves team that would be so much more fun than Warriors or Red Tails. Red Tails I'm so out of. I don't want Red Tails whatsoever. But and I can explain that too if you want me to. But I just want to be mainly that, like, I love everything that I'm hearing and thinking about when it comes to Red Wolves. And it could be a lot of fun being the Red Wolves. That's my take. I tell you what. Yep. Okay. I do like Bill, but with a QB, we saw how bad the Pats looked against the Chiefs. They would have beat them. No, they didn't beat the Chiefs because the defense wouldn't turn the ball over. They had 2 times where they could intercepted passes and they dropped them. They played a fantastic defensive game because Bill Belichick's a defensive-minded player, or like a coach, I should say. And they played a fantastic defense against those Chiefs. But then they wouldn't capitalize on everything, So they didn't do enough. And also, wasn't that the game that they didn't have Newton? I'm pretty sure Stidham was starting that game because Newton had COVID. So that's another reason they didn't quite win that game. But they should have won that game, I'm going to say, because of the great scheme that Bill Belichick came up with. Wow, prayers for Landon. And no, we're fine with safeties. They're balling out and clicking. You don't mess with that. That's probably fair. I wouldn't mind having Eric Reed for a backup. No, not as a starter, but if an injury happened, yeah, or when we play with 3 safeties on the field, yeah. We don't need another player messing with our chemistry, especially in our secondary. It's hard enough trying to figure out how to have a good secondary and bringing it together. You do not mess with that. Well, we got to sign a safety now. I mean, we can't just go in with one less safety. So we're definitely going to bring in a safety. It's just a matter of who. I'm in Vegas, first round on me. Awesome. Thanks, Billy. Chemistry. We could sign someone off the practice squad. I'd rather that. Okay, well, there you go. I'd rather have Eric Reed than Apke on the field. Yeah, I don't mind Eric Reed at all. Yep, Anthony Johnson confirmed Achilles. Please don't put Apke as starter. Yeah, Apke's not a starter anymore. That Red Wolves take you just did was great. Thanks, man. I really support the Red Wolves. Anthony Johnson, Red Wolves or Red Tails just hard. Or Red Tails just hard with getting new names since most of them are trademarked. Well, one guy holds a lot of the trademarks, and he's already said on radio that he would just give them to Washington, basically whichever one they want. He's actually he's a trademark, what does he call him? Like an anti-trademark sitter who sits on trademarks. Like, he doesn't want somebody to screw over the team, so he actually put trademarks out there to then be able to give them to Washington because he's actually a Washington fan. But anyway, as far as the Red Tails, I'm going to let you guys do the Googling. Look up the Red Tails magazine, okay? I support the Red Tails from the military, the Tuskegee Airmen back from World War II. That's awesome. I have nothing but respect for those guys, and having them as a mascot within themselves is not a bad thing. I personally would like to just get away from race things. I would like to go to an animal thing. It's less political, less problems. But the main thing is if you look up Red Tails magazine, it's a gay spanking magazine where they spank butts. Other guys spank each other's butts and make them red, and they call them Red Tails. And just imagine that being everywhere after you lose a game. Okay? The Red Tails got their butts red today, they whooped them tails red, whatever. It's not a good idea. These are the kind of things that marketing and your marketing department, your business department, they look at, and I hope they look at these things as a whole and not just go, Tuskegee Airmen. They look at it as an entire thing and think, oh, yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff. But Red Wolves is my number one option, agreed. Not to get political, but as a Skins fan, I used to live in Kansas City and went to lots of Chiefs games. The fans' branding there is just as racist. They have chants and Native American mascots, etc. I don't think any of it's racist. I don't think that it has anything to do with racism. It does describe somebody by their skin color, but that's not racism. Okay, racism has a ill intent on believing that you are superior than another race, or that race is inferior to you. That's not what the Redskins did whatsoever. We celebrated Native Americans. We celebrated the Native Americans in World War II, the code talkers that helped us Americans win World War II. We celebrated many military veterans that were Native Americans. We celebrated their Native American tribes, their Native American history. We celebrated them. We didn't view them as a lower class society. We didn't view them as subhuman. None of that take. So it was never racist. I don't think the Chiefs are racist as well. I don't think the Braves are racist. I don't think the Indians are racist. There's a culture of celebrating these things, and we love them. We love it. I call myself a Redskin, right? Like, I'm a Redskin. I love being a Redskin. So it's not something that it's not a racism issue in my mind. Of course, that's what they made it into, but that's just what it is. Hold on, my wife texted me. Yeah, she said, keep that point shirt. Yes, ma'am. Anyway, there you go. A horse named Warpaint, headdresses everywhere, tomahawk, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, their backups threw 3 picks, 1 for a touchdown. I think you're talking about I don't remember. That's why I didn't mind Red Tails, because of the military back then. Yep. Okay, now I don't want to Google Red Tails. Exactly. But yeah, because people already call us the foreskins, we don't. So we couldn't have that. Pat's looking like the Cowboys. Uh-oh. Pat's getting smacked by the Niners. Niners are a good team, man. Just wondering if you would take a moment to go over the rest of the games and say which ones you think will win. Sure, I'll take a moment to do that. I kind of did earlier, but no problem. I'll do it again real quick. Probably going to do it off memory. So next week we have the Giants. I think we can win that. The next week after that we have the Lions. We can win that. That's going to be tough, though. Matt Stafford is an underrated quarterback. I don't like their coach, Matt Patricia, but that's fine. Then we have the Bengals. We could definitely beat the Bengals. The Bengals defense is garbage, but Joe Burrow has looked pretty good. Then we have the Cowboys. Cowboys, we just smacked them around. We do the same thing again, dude. Do the same thing again in 4 weeks. Then I believe we have the Steelers. Yikes. That's going to be very, very tough. Then we have the 49ers. They're an extremely well-coached team. Hopefully well, I don't want to say that, but they're a little bit banged up this year, but they're still extremely well-coached. Kyle Shanahan has blown some leads, but he's not a bad coach. He can call a run game like nobody's business. Then we have the Seahawks, 5-0 or 6-0 right now or something like that from the Seahawks. They're amazing. That's going to be a tough win to get out of there. We're probably going to lose that one. Then we go to the Panthers the week after that. And the Panthers, they're playing really tough right now. Teddy Bridgewater's looked pretty good. They have Robbie Anderson. They have DJ Moore. Christian McCaffrey will be back by then. And Mike Davis is a great backup running back. So that's a beast offense. And then their defense has played really, really well this year as well. So Matt Rule is the head coach. He's got a really good team down there. So that could be a tough one to win. But it's still a winnable game, but we're still going to be an underdog in that one. And then the last game of the season, we have the Eagles. We already beat them once. Let's do it again. So I see us with that. We could potentially win. So the Giants, the Lions, the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Panthers, and the Eagles. So I think we could potentially get 6 more wins realistically, and that would put us at 8-8 and probably win the division. So that's where I see it. All right, where are we at? The backups against the Chiefs that game with no Cam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they should have beaten that game against the Chiefs. Their defense just really screwed them over. They called a great defense. They had Pat Mahomes really confused in some situations. He threw 2 balls that should have been picked and just inexcusably dropped by the corners. It really sucked. DRG, oh, sorry, I wasn't here in the beginning. No problem, DRG. It's all good. I know people pop in and out and ask questions. I'm not afraid to go over it again. It's all good. Kyle Shanahan is very creative with design runs, with getting their wide receiver and tight ends running the ball. Dude, I saw a play it was the Rams versus Niners game. Watching that game, and there was one play that just blew my mind. That was such a freaking great play call for a run game. So they had, they had 2 guys in the backfield. George Kittle was one, and they had Mostert as the starting running back. You had Jimmy Garoppolo in shotgun, and so you had 3 other receivers on the field. I think it was 2 over on the left and 1 on the right. And George Kittle actually lined up in the slot to start, and he motioned back into the backfield on the left side of Jimmy G. Mostert was on the right. They then motioned him back out towards this side like he was going to go into a flat route, and they call hike, and he immediately pitches it to Mostert. And then you had George Kittle in full sprint going upfield for Mostert to run right behind, and it was a quick toss outside, and Mostert just had, it was like a 14-yard gain without him even getting touched. The design blew my mind. It was so fantastically designed by Kyle Shanahan. But the Shanahans just know how to run the football. Go back to the mid-2000s and look up the running backs for Denver when Mike Shanahan was there. But you can even go with ours. I mean, Alfred Morris. Who the heck is Alfred Morris? All of a sudden, he's a 1,600-yard running back for us in 2012. but go back to those like mid 2000s, and they had so many guys that you'd never heard of, like Tatum Bell. I think they had a guy named Joik something. I don't remember his name, but you go back and look at some of those names, and they were 5 yards a carry average under Mike Shanahan. And these guys you've never even heard of. It's just a great run design. And then you can go back all the way to the 90s with Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis had a 2,000-yard running year with Mike Shanahan calling the run game. That zone scheme, they call it the zone run scheme, like the zone, the stretch zone, I think it was. They stretch it out to the side that they, and then all the linemen, they kind of guard an area instead of a player. So they all go out to the side and just run. You want, for that offensive run scheme, you want quick athletic run game or quick athletic linemen that can get out there and run outside. And then the holes just open up. And then if they overshoot it, the backside just ends up being wide open. It's a fantastic scheme. So Kyle Shanahan's really, really good. Billy D, as I am new here, how long do you usually go in the live stream? It all varies. I mean, I've done a 30-minute one. I've done 2 hours. This is one of my longer ones, 2 hours and 20 minutes right now. I kind of just go with the flow, see who's talking to me, who's having fun, you know. I probably will get off here soon. I like to take a little break before the 8 o'clock game, the Sunday night game, so I can watch that one. But it really varies. You know, I would love to continue to do this more and more, where I can live stream more and more. That'd be fun. You know, especially if I can build this channel up, and you know, maybe who knows what the future holds. But for the most part, I kind of just play it by ear, see who's here, but I go live after every Redskins game. I go live after every Sunday night game, Monday night game, and Thursday night game, and Tuesday night if there's a game. I'll go live after that as well. But and then we have Skins in the Game, where me and my dad do our show. We'll take a few comments throughout the show, but for the most part, we do our show. We go over what we want to talk about. Me and him go back and forth, and then at the end of the show, I go over the comments and, you know, kind of talk with you guys. My dad cuts out, and then I hang out with you guys. And usually the Skins in the Game show is maybe around an hour and 15 minutes, and then I'll talk for another 30, 45 minutes or so. So there you go. DRG, I don't know. After these next 4 games, that could be an 0-4 stretch. Yeah, exactly. It could be. You never know with this team. There's no such thing as an easy win for this team. I wish the Eagles didn't tie, right? We already had the freaking tiebreaker against them, and now they tie, and now they get the tiebreaker back over us. That sucks. They should have just lost to the Bengals. But welcome to the channel, Tejasvi Subramanya, Tehasvi Subramanya. Hopefully I was close. But welcome to the channel. Hopefully we earned a sub from you. And thanks for commenting, man. I see you got a couple more. I'll definitely read. Then hitting Kittle for the play action and moving him to the slot. Looks like a college team running those plays. For real, it's such a creative run game. Which one would you rather have, Mike Shanahan or Kyle Shanahan? So Mike Shanahan will say Kyle Shanahan is actually the better coach. He's had interviews about that and saying his son is actually a better coach than he was. You know, we'll see where Kyle ends up in his career, because obviously right now Mike Shanahan's a 2-time Super Bowl winning head coach, both of them with Elway, I believe, so take it how you will. You know, right now I guess I would have to say Mike Shanahan because he has the better career, but I wouldn't mind having Kyle at all. And we'll see where he ends up. I mean, if Kyle Shanahan wins a Super Bowl or two, then I'd probably end up saying that I'll take Kyle over Mike, to be honest. I think Kyle is really creative in what he does. Don't say the name Alfred Morris around here. It hits me like a bad breakup. I know. Me and my dad used to talk about when Garcon was here. Oh, Garcon! You know, because that's like a person that could be a waiter or whatever. Oh, Garcon, we want some Morris. Oh, Garcon, we want some Morris. Yeah, me and my dad used to say that every time one of them did something good back in the day. That was fun. I love ties. They SCRE everything. up. Oh, screw everything up. That makes sense. Love ties. They screw everything up in who gets in and who doesn't for the playoffs. I hate ties. I hate ties. I would rather lose 100 times than tie. I hate ties. I like a winner and I like having a loser. I want somebody to win and I want somebody to lose. I hate walking away with a tie. I hate ties. And also, looking at it in the third column makes it even worse. I don't like ties. Screw ties. Clinton Portis, too. Yeah, Clinton Portis was good back in the day, too. LOL. I liked Roy Halou when he was here. I did, too. I didn't mind it. He was more of a change of pace back, but I didn't mind Roy Halou. Yeah, Roy Halou wasn't bad. I liked Ryan Terrain. I forgot his name. Yeah, his name was actually Terrain, not Train. Terrain. Torain. I forgot his name. He was our running back in 2010, 2011. Yeah, I think it was 2011 he was our running back. And he was actually number 46 as well, just like Alfred Morris. And Terrain was supposed to be our running back in 2012. Well, then it was undrafted, or I can't remember now. Morris may have been a late round pick. I thought he was undrafted, but now that I think he may have been a 6th round pick. But anyway, all of a sudden Alfred Morris busts on the scene, and Ryan Terrain gets cut, and now Alfred Morris is our starting running back, and he runs for 1,600 yards in his rookie season. It's like, whoa, what in the world is this? But yeah, Terrain was supposed to be our running back in 2012, and he ends up getting cut. That was crazy. Liddell Bettis was trash with us. LO, just awful. And Chris Samuels was the worst center in history. Chris Samuels was not a center. He was a left tackle. Corey Lichtensteiger was the center for a while for us. I think that might be who you're talking about. It wasn't, because Chris Samuels was a really good left tackle. Underrated, man. No GL. Who's underrated? I'm not sure. Carlos Rogers was awful for us. I mean, awful. Got burned up all the time when he went to the 49ers and became a Pro Bowler. Everett is so much better than Apke. Agreed. No, everybody's better than Apke. I need to start up my channel too, Tim. I just need to get some equipment. Then me and you can do shows together. That'd be fun. I'm all for it, Chris. Hey, man, get yourself started, and yeah, we can talk some. That'd be cool. I'll have you on the show every once in a while. That'd be fun. If you hate ties, then stick with baseball. Ugh, I don't like baseball either. What do I hate more, ties or baseball? Tim Hightower was good for us as well. Tim Hightower barely did anything for us, right? I don't think he really did much, but that's fine. But Fred Smoot was an absolute monster. Morris was a 6th round pick. That's what. Okay, for some reason I went back and forth. Was he a free agent signing or was he a 6th round? Okay, but yeah, he was basically a nobody, and then he stole number 46 from Terrain, and Terrain got cut. That was crazy. Yeah, Hightower and Bibbs. Capri Bibbs had some moments. If you haven't seen it, watch George Carlin and his comparison between football and baseball. Hilarious. Okay, I like George Carlin. That could be funny. Samuels was not that bad. Yeah, Samuels was a fine left tackle. And George Hennon? I don't even remember that name. I don't remember George Hennon. Overtime in regular season shouldn't end after one overtime. I would like to see, yeah, you can have one overtime, but I would like to even see like something like a college setup where you just go back and forth and see who can get, like, you know, who messes up and doesn't get a touchdown. I would like to see something else like that rather than a tie. Do something to break the tie. I hate ties. I wonder what Rivera said to Bostic. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it was a fun time. You know, you don't want to get a 15-yard penalty, and you also don't want to knock somebody out of the game in that fashion. So I'm sure Rivera was not happy because he's a high-class dude. He's not somebody that's going to be like, oh, get a cheap shot and try and knock somebody out. That's not him. Anthony Johnson, Rivera is going to discipline him. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I like overtime, college overtime better. Yeah, I don't even mind having an overtime, but at the end of overtime, let's do something to break the tie. You know, like a hockey shootout or something like that. Like, break the tie some way, shape, or fashion. Bostic gets only one game. Is that what they said already? Or they probably won't decide that until tomorrow, right? He should get something, though. That was bad. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here, but I want, real quick before I get off, I want you guys to name some plays that are interesting. Right now I got the failed 2-point conversion, and the failed 4th and goal. So what is some other plays today that you would like me to go through and break down before I get out of here? And but I will be back in about 5 hours or so after the game, after the Sunday night game. But tell me what you would like to see me go over. That was the worst cheap shot I've seen since DeShazier's hit against the Eagles a few years ago. Yeah, I think he hit Sproles, didn't he? DeShazier Everett, that was bad. That was the worst I've ever seen. It was a bad hit. Because when he called fair catch and DeShazier hit the heck out of him right when the ball got there, it was bad. Or actually, I don't know if the guy called fair catch, but he definitely got there too early. He might not start when he comes back to play, just like what he did to Cam Newton. That might be true too. Kick return for a TD. Who was a kick return for TD? Roster gets a touchdown or over 50 yards in the Giants game. Oh, 4 over 50 yards in the Giants game. I hope so. Roster gets a touchdown? Who's Roster? Forster. Oh, Forster, the guy that we signed. That's right. That's right. Do you guys have any plays or anything that you wanted me to break down for the skins in the game to go over? What TD return? There was no TD return. Like the one that was that was a big return, I guess you're saying, Mike? Because it wasn't a TD return. Apke tackled Pollard before he got the touchdown. Long kick return? Okay. Now we're... Okay. Long kick return. That makes sense. As I said, I'm not going to do all of them, but I just wanted to get some ideas. And, I may do 2 or 3 of them. But, all right, guys. Terry McLaurin, burner for a TD. That's a good one. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out. It was fun. Got a decent amount of viewers. Hopefully got some subs today. Thank you guys for who liked the video. I see 10 of you liked it. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And I will be back after the Sunday night game. We'll go over that game, and then we'll see what happens there. And let's just see who that game is real quick. I forget already. The Sunday night game is the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. Is there no Monday night game? Oh, no, I'm sure there is. But it's Seahawks for the Cardinals. That should be a good one. 5-0 versus 4-2. That'll be a lot of fun. Couldn't almost say the Terry TD was lucky. He almost dropped it. Fair enough. Tell the rookie, welcome to the NFL moment. Yeah, for real. And when he was talking smack the other play, I like that. So, failed 2-point conversion, failed 4th and goal, long kick return, and Terry McLaurin. I don't know which ones I'll do yet, but that'd be cool. I'll be here after the game. Enjoy it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. And until next time.